last left off, way back when, you guys were trying to recover from the loss of Kobold.
Don't know my name.
That's right. He's already been forgotten. The Kobold got killed off at the ruin where the Fae were, amongst numerous attacks, and apparently one really fast, really angry Fae who accused him of stealing his treasure. You defeated most of the creatures that were there, stole their loot, and retired to town to split up the treasure, buy some more gear, do some retraining, and hopefully find a replacement for the group. Over the course of the last week, a newspaper has come out, the Silver Reach Sentinel, detailing the latest events. Most notably, the trolls that are attacking the kingdom from the outer reaches. Scouts seem to have located where the trolls are located, and the citizens are asking for you guys to put a stop to the threat. In the meantime, a new adventurer has wandered into town, seems trustworthy, and presumably has joined the group. Claims to be well, you claim to be whatever you want to claim to be. I'll let you claim what it is.
Okay.
Goes by the name of Shadow of the Mountain.
Shadow for short. I'm not going with Thom.
Okay.
Or whatever you want it first said.
Okay.
Tom.
No, that's Tomb of the Mountain.
So what do you
my
do?
cousin.
So introduce your character.
I have a lot of papers.
You don't need to read the whole papers.
Okay.
Give the Cliff Notes version of who you are, why you're here, and how you can help the group.
So my name is Shadow. I am a monk from the monastery of Stillwater. Back in I actually forget where, near the River Kingdoms.
Been a while.
My monastery was effectively burned to the ground by the Black Tears. I've been traveling for some time trying to find them, and they stole a special artifact of my college monastery, and I seek to bring balance to this land as well.
An artifact, you say?
Yes.
The rogue's ears perks up.
Item of great value.
So what are your powers?
Punch things.
Okay, fair.
Really hard.
So do you have any previous work experience? We're only looking to hire contractors with previous experience.
Any criminal records or felonies?
Don't know how you're going to get the experience if you haven't done the job. But
Tasting the trolls.
He could be an intern.
Oh.
I killed many.
I have to be an unpaid intern. We're bankrupt now.
I killed many of the Black Tears when they besieged our monastery. And I am fairly adept at killing monsters.
So it's serial killer monk.
No.
Very adept at killing things.
Oh, there we go.
Everywhere I go, people just die.
Yes. I mean, at least he's better than the agents that are trying to take over our country.
So are you looking to join Silverreach, or are you just looking to...
Yeah. I'm looking to find the Sapphire Shard of my monastery and hopefully bring balance to this land as my home was burned to the ground, and possibly make a new home here.
So you're in for claim of land for yourself. Claim
Right.
hand.
I think whatever Sapphire we find is yours, King.
The King's Sapphire. The King's Broken Sword.
Everything is Jordan.
It's gonna be like when they have the King's coronation, you just have this giant tray of stuff.
It's all mine.
Ah, yes. This is the sword.
Okay, so it
Know what
is
it's worth.
the 5th of Sereneth, midsummer at this point, or early summer, I think. What would you guys care to do?
Adventure.
Let's kill some trolls. We know where they're at. I say we just go straight for their hex and just...
Okay. The Exemplar wants to go to war immediately.
Average exemplar.
Well, what abilities do you have then?
You're asking out of game.
The other, but I'm sorry. Yeah.
Out of game?
Yeah.
Okay.
They want to know what your character is.
I'm a monk.
Okay.
Not a catfolk, unfortunately. I am a awakened animal monk. I have most of my stuff is all unarmed, and I can do all of the damage types. And I'll just simplify it. If I crit, I do a lot of special effects.
So got filled with all the
Fireworks. He's a cat that can punch, which means if he punches you, you get a very soft punch.
But if he
It's
crits,
just bad.
if he crits, the person explodes.
You're a doge.
I'm a cat.
You're
Doge,
a
but cat.
doge.
I'm a shadow.
Okay.
Anti-cat hates water. Anti-doge.
Anti-doge.
Doge is
You're welcome, Jason.
To be fair, the name Doge has been tainted by this point.
No.
Cat is the opposite of dog. That is true.
I mean, I say we go for the trolls.
Yep. So to battle.
3 votes for the Exemplar.
I'm not sure about just like running straight.
That's what he wants to do. Full speed.
I want to go for the hex they're in rather than trying to stop and smell the flowers at all the other hexes. But I think we should actually, properly siege said hex.
So we don't have any siege equipment or the ability to
Okay.
siege.
Well, then-
especially against trolls.
Yeah.
Then we have to plot a surprise ambush on said hex.
Ambush the hex.
Well, I don't think you can ambush the hex. You have to go to the hex, and then you have to scout the hex.
Ambush the whole forest.
Yeah.
It is a 30-mile hex of deep, dark forest. So it's a big area.
To be fair, it is a fort that they're in, so that can't be that hard to find, right?
But it's
Well, you couldn't find it until the scouts
Yeah.
did.
This is true.
Yeah, we're literally one hex
That's why we
away.
have scouts, guys.
That's right. So you guys are planning to make haste towards the trolls and locate their fort?
Yeah, we need
Because
new characters.
Yeah.
the longer we spend in the other hexes, they could easily, while we're
Okay.
exploring, go right to our town and
So?
raid.
also, don't we have characters that are captured by them?
Yeah, we do. That's why the
Somewhere.
faster...
That was more than a month. That was about a month ago or more.
Yeah. So they could be
We
dead
think
by
they're-
this
We
point.
think they're dead?
Probably.
How much acid do you have?
Which acid do I have? I have 4 bombs, and then I have 2 retaliations.
How much acid do you have?
I have 4 total acid flasks, and I have 2 drinks.
Okay. Ben, how many? Petrowski, how many?
I have 2 acid retaliation, and I have a hammer that basically has an effect on it that can block potentially regeneration abilities.
I would. And you said you can do acid the other Ben with your fists?
No, I can't. I can stun them with my fists. I can make them clumsy, enfeebled, bleed.
Okay, so status effects, not conditions or whatever. It sounded like you could do all the element types. Is what you were
No,
saying.
I can't do an elemental damage.
Do you have any acid capability?
No.
Well then,
You should probably get those acid flasks out.
you get the acid blast.
Ooh, yay! I get acid flask my first day.
Yeah. When you
Yay.
get into combat, just pour it on your hands.
Really? It's fine.
Totally won't hurt.
That'll be fine. Trust. Okay.
Now, for his character, though, he could actually drink the acid thing, and probably it would work, right? Yeah.
Acid retaliation.
Why would drinking acid work for it?
No, the other one. The other one.
The retaliation.
retaliation.
Maybe.
Retaliation? Yes.
I'm just gonna look at that.
Because that one, no, I'm saying because that one, the retaliation one is normally if something hits you, right?
Yes.
So technically, if he's using his hands to hit something, if
He's not
right-
taking any damage.
Yeah.
Even though
But it's
you're,
not retaliatory if you're the one doing the
It's them,
punishment.
it's them hitting.
I mean, I see what you're getting at because you could technically say they hit you with their body instead of you hit their body with your fist, but
That's not how it works.
But
Equal and opposite
George,
reactions. As you're hitting them, they have
I can do
force on your fist.
slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage with my unarmed attacks.
Okay.
I have a necklace of knives, so I have some range, not much. I'm sneaky. I am good at thievery also. I can stun things. I can make them off balance. And I'm very fast.
I will say, unfortunately, that's not how Necklace of Knives works.
You can throw the daggers.
I think they disappear after they leave your hand.
Pretty sure they do.
I know because I tried to use it on a rogue.
You attack it with the.
There's an acid retaliation in the statue.
But if you need a ranged item, we could probably get you like a hand crossbow or something.
Necklace of knives strong with make your stone.
Or a crescent
If necessary, and
Or a
the
crescent cross.
effective.
That is the official weapon of the kingdom.
It is.
Fading away 1 round after it leaves your hand. No matter how many knives you
Yeah.
pull from necklace, you never seem to deplete. Wouldn't. Okay, so it works as a ranged weapon.
Okay, then
Yeah,
it's-
then it fades.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was as soon as it fades.
no.
Well,
Otherwise,
fades
it
as
wouldn't
soon as
take
it
that.
fades.
Yeah.
Just fades one round later.
One round later, yeah.
I can't throw them very. I have a little range, not a lot.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, it goes longer than one round.
Yeah.
Can't throw them off a cliff.
So there's a potion in the stash for you.
Okay. So you guys travel across the lands, past the old keep.
I do have a bandolier also.
No, not past the old keep. You guys travel the other way. Let's go this so we don't go that way. Okay. Let's see. A week has gone by.
It's a secret resource. It's resources trolls.
Ooh. Regeneration potion.
Secret resource of trolls.
Yeah. That's what it says, secret and resource.
We can harvest it. We can farm the trolls and
Okay.
make
The weather is sunny in the middle of Serenith as you guys arrive in the late afternoon. Hunting through the hex, finding areas and so forth. It's relatively easy to locate a fort. There's a old stronghold, looks to be like it was a dwarven ruin in ages past, built up on the hillside or cliffside that you can see at a distance. There's a trail that leads up the cliff face to the main gates, which are about 60 feet or so above the valley below. And other than the main gates, which look like they've suffered some damage, the only other visible feature is a guard tower, maybe 30, 40, 50 feet or so further down, not with the trail, but a little bit higher up on the mountainside, on the cliffside. Okay? Has a fairly good view of the surrounding areas. According to the scouts and their reports, this appears to be the area where the trolls have been based off of and where they've been coming from, although for the last day or two you have not seen any trolls.
They're stealthy trolls.
They are stealthy trolls. Or you guys are just particularly not stealthy.
So there's like a main gate, and you said there's like a large tower.
There's a trail that leads up the hillside, up the cliffside, to an elevation of about 60 feet above the main valley. At that point, there is a large gate that leads into the fort, into the outpost. That looks like it suffered some damage. A little bit further on the cliff face, there's another outcropping, or like the side of a tower built up onto the stone or out of the stone that looks like a watchtower that has a good view of the approaching path as well as the valley below. And all of this you're seeing from quite a distance away because you know its location. Obviously, it can't be stealthy. So you guys are in the tree line, etc. You can see this without much difficulty. You guys just need to decide how or if you wish to approach.
Too scary.
Too scary, run away. Let's go home.
Wait for them to come to us.
A watchtower. And the watchtower is like in the fort, like past the gates. and
It's
stuff.
it's past. There's no visible fort. Like it's not like a castle on a hill
Mhm.
where you see walls in all directions. It's a dwarven gatehouse built into the mountainside.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and a tower sort of built into the towers on the side. And tower's not really the right description. It's basically just like
Like an outcropping.
sort of like a balcony or whatever that comes out of the mountainside.
Okay, but the whole
Follow.
thing's built into the mountain.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Does anyone have anything to obscure the like the tower from us? Like if any way to obscure people seeing things from the tower?
Like a fog cloud type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the tower's pretty far away. I don't know if we could go that far.
So
Indivisibility sphere or something.
You can go to higher level.
could you describe it again?
Okay, so there's a cliff-like section in front of a large clearing. Okay, on the cliff, there's a trail that leads from some distance off to the side,
Yeah.
rises up along the cliff side. It's a walkway, maybe 10, 15 feet wide,
Okay.
that rises up from the valley below, up and goes up to an altitude of about 60 feet.
Okay.
At that point, it comes to an end, and there's a large dwarven architecture gate that leads into the mountain.
Okay.
Okay, that outpost front, that gatehouse,
Yeah.
seems to have suffered damage.
Okay.
Okay, 40 or 50 feet further along the cliff, away from the path,
Okay.
there's another balcony 10 to 15 feet higher up on the cliff that emerges from the cliffside that looks like a watchtower or outpost area where somebody could keep a view on the surrounding lands and the trail.
Okay.
You follow?
And no one's in there.
From where you're at, you can't see anything, but again, you're quite some distance away. You can make it out. You still got like maybe an hour's height to get to it.
So
It's
the-
a large structure.
Okay, so-
that's what we can
Well,
see.
it's a gatehouse. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like looking down the road and you see Meyer down there. It's a big place. It's got a big open door in the front, except in this case, it's 60 feet up on a cliff.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's cliff and watch like balcony is like out over the
Yes.
edge.
Yes,
Beneath it, is it forest or still open plain?
there's forest for the most part.
Okay, so there would be cover
I mean,
if we were to get underneath it.
You're in the forest. I mean, but there's not a whole lot of undergrowth and trees there. You could probably, depending on your abilities, approach it without much difficulty from
Okay.
down below.
And you said it's about 70 feet up because it's another 10 feet up above the cliff.
70 to 80 feet, give or take.
Okay.
So we could do invisibility sphere, but we don't have any arcane or occult casters because it's a level 3 spell. We don't have any arcane or occult casters. There is mist, which is a level 2 arcane or primal spell. 120 feet, 20-foot burst. It only lasts a minute though. It's a cloud of mist, and it makes people concealed to all creatures in and outside it. So. Otherwise, probably sneaking through the trees would probably be good.
Towards the path.
I mean, you guys get pretty close to it without any difficulty. The only question is, I mean, walking up the trail, if there's an active guard, they're almost certainly going to spot you.
Yeah.
Okay, unless you're making some effort to be stealthy or taking some other approach. If all you do is just all 7 of you walk up the trail up to the door, okay, they're going to see you coming from a ways away. If there's anything else you want to do, let me know.
I might be able to climb up into the balcony. Like, sneak underneath it and then scale the cliff to get into the balcony and see what's even up there. Would terrain stalker help underbrush apply in this case if I were to sneak over to the cliffside?
I don't know what terrain stalker specifically.
Select one type of difficult terrain of the following list: rubble, snow, or underbrush. Underbrush. While undetected by all non-allies in that type of terrain, you can sneak without attempting a stealth check as long as
Okay, so
you move no.
you
more
have
than 5
terrain stalker. What terrain have you chosen?
underbrush.
Underbrush is not a terrain type.
That's it. That's what the list is.
Is it?
Rubble, snow, or underbrush. That's it.
Okay, so yes, this would certainly count as underbrush because you're stalking through the underbrush and the trees and things like that. So
Okay.
sure. Which means you don't have to make a stealth check as such.
So
All right, so you could, in theory, then get into the tower.
well, he can approach it with a lot of stealth.
Yeah. What are you gonna do though if there's a guard there? Because I don't know if you could take out a troll stealthily on your own. I don't think any of us could take one out stealthily on our own.
Well, I think in previous times, what we would normally do is we would send 2 people to scout out ahead, and we still got. Now he obviously is a monk, which is extremely quiet, and we still have the rogue. So typically, we would send those 2 people out to scouts, kind of get a lay of the land, and then come back and report. And then,
Because this isn't like the Stag Lord's
Thank you,
fort.
dwarf.
This isn't like the
We don't know if
Stag
there's
Lord.
anyone in the guard shack because we haven't seen trolls for a
Yeah,
while.
that's what I was saying. I can go up and see if there's even anybody up there.
but rather than being lone warrior, I would probably recommend that you guys go and party it too, because both of you are pretty stealth, and
Take the king's bodyguard.
I can go. I
I,
like my new
Yeah.
pet.
I protect the king.
No,
Son the
You're
king.
not that stealthy.
that's all I say.
Well,
So-
actually, I'm not that bad. It's
Send
just
the
I
king
just
and
got
his
the heavy
bodyguard.
metal.
Diplomatic.
You've had some bad stealth before. That's how your initial character got killed in the first place at the Stag Lord's fort.
My stealth's actually not that.
Okay, so you guys at least travel towards the place a bit further. Okay. You find a place, I don't know, say 5-10 minutes or so distance from it, where you're fairly certain you're secure. Okay. Let's see if it does it now. Nope, yeah, it does. Okay. Riverleaf. From a distance, you and Silverleaf, you think you see some movement in that watchtower. Okay. The watch post. Don't know what it is. It's dark. Nothing comes out visibly, but every so often you see some movement in the shadows. Okay. The front gates, one of them seems to be almost broken and partially open.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's closed normally. You don't see any movement or activity there. Like I said, you guys are maybe 5-10 minutes away. You have a good view of it. You're a lot closer, obviously, but you're not right on top of it. Okay.
I guess I'll like to agree that there's movement in the
Yeah.
watchtower.
I'm assuming you're sharing all that information right now.
Yeah.
So, am I understanding then that the monk and the rogue are going to go scout things out? Okay. Where are you going and what are you doing?
I'm attempting to get like underneath, like where the platform is, like against the cliff face.
Okay.
But get there first, and then I was going to attempt to scale the cliff face if possible.
Okay. Is that the route you're taking, or are you going to go somewhere else? Cat says, "I'm just going to climb the wall."
I'm a cat.
No, I would probably need like some kind of equipment, right?
I don't know how athletic you are as far as climbing.
Let's see here.
I would imagine you're pretty athletic.
As a rogue, I would hope so, but climbing, I believe, yeah, it's athletics based.
I'm just taking a look at something real quick.
Okay. So specifically climb,
No.
you make an athletics check to move the distance of 5 feet up or down. You're off guard while you're climbing unless you have a natural speed. If you succeed, you move along. If you get a critical, you get an extra 5 feet. Okay. If you have a natural land speed that's faster than 40, you go faster anyways. Given the wall, it's not a tree, it's not a steep slope. A wall with small handholds and footholds would probably be the standard. That's going to require expert.
I have expert and I have catball.
But that only helps if you fall.
Yes.
So are you an expert in athletics?
I'm trained, and I have a +9 in athletics.
Okay, so as trained, I believe you. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're welcome to do so, but it's going to be harder because the climb tasks are listed as trained as rigging with ropes or a tree, versus expert is a wall with small handholds and footholds. So this may be beyond your ability to scale directly. The monk seems confident he can do it.
Do you have any rope with you?
Don't you again?
Yes, I have rope. I have 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, I do too.
Basic Adventures pack has 50 feet of rope. So, I guess. Here, give me your rope. Yeah, that should be 100 feet. Should be more than enough. I'll climb up. If there's somebody up there, I'll just climb back down. If there's nobody up there, then I will tie a rope off and lower it down to you. Help you out if you want to try that.
Okay. So as expert level DC, your DC is going to be 20. That's where the skill level. So it doesn't mean you can't climb it. It just means you need a 20 to succeed. Versus trained is a 15. So to climb a tree you need a 15. To climb this cliff you need a 20.
You only fall when you roll a 1 in that case.
I think you fall if you fail by more than 5. Or maybe.
I thought it was a critical.
Success you move. Critical failure you fall. You begin if you begin on stable ground, you can fall and land. So if you roll a 10 or less net, then it would be a critical failure.
But then you
Failure by 10 or success by 10.
But then you get to roll again to save yourself though.
There's chances to be able to hold on to. You can grab an edge as a reaction.
Yeah.
And
because you're +9, if you roll a 1 naturally, it's the only way you're going to critically.
In your case, yeah, it's the only way you're going to fall because you have a 9.
I have a +11.
So 1 will still critical fail.
Yeah.
So it's
the exact same odds.
critical fail.
Yeah, same odds. The only difference is because it's a 20, you need to go. Now, if you end up falling, then you grab hold of the edge. Critical failure, continue to fall. It's a acrobatics check or a reflex check with the same DC. So you need a 20 again, and if you fail to grab the edge, then a failure.
So the reflex or acrobatics.
You'd have to have
Yeah.
some severely bad luck to roll.
Yeah, I'm assuming based on your skills and everything, you're probably going to need 2 1s in a row to actually fall. It's unlikely
Yeah.
as far as the odds, but depends on what your actual skills are. I mean, you two are more naturally inclined to this sort of thing. You ask, I don't know, the fighter, you're probably good at athletics, but if you fall, you're not going to be able to grab the edge as easily.
Well, I'd say I can climb with you. Because I can do acrobatics and I've got cat paw and...
Sure. If she were to fall while we were climbing, could I use my reaction to attempt to catch her effectively? Like if we're like climbing side by side, could I attempt to use an action or reaction to attempt to
Like grab her arm or
assist
something.
her with her reflex save?
If you guys roll double ones, it's going to be the end of the day anyway. We're going to be
Both
going
of them
home.
climb 60 feet, and then they both fall.
Don't worry, you'll still have 8 lives left, so you can just get back up.
No, I'm a special cat. I have 10 lives.
Oh, then you have 9 lives.
I would say if she falls, no. But if you want to tie yourself to her, then you might be able to grab on and hold her that way.
Sure, we'll do that.
Okay.
So I do have quiet allies, just so you know up front. I'm skilled in moving and I'm with a group. Avoiding notice.
Okay.
Does that apply in this case?
So I've
That's
got
actually
quiet.
good what you want to do right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
I have
Okay.
a plus 11 stealth.
Yeah, it's whoever has the
Pretty sure
lowest
it's still
stealth is going to roll, but it's one roll instead of both of you rolling.
I've got 13 stuff.
So, my plus 11.
So you're quieter than a cat in the jungle.
There you go. Panther.
Okay. So you guys take a short length of rope, tie each other together.
Yep.
Well, presumably you stalk through the trees first because
Yeah.
that would be rather awkward with all the brush and everything. You stalk through the trees, you get to the edge of the cliff without much difficulty, given your stealth abilities and so forth. From there, you tie each other to
Each other.
Yeah, to each other, about a 10-foot space or so, and then start climbing.
Yep.
So go ahead and give me some rolls. And your plan is you're starting directly underneath the watchtower.
Yes, so is it it's a flat, like, I want to go underneath the watchtower, so if they were to even attempt to see us, they would have to, like, go over the edge of the railing or whatever side it would be and look straight down.
Right. You're trying to conceal yourself under the tower.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So go ahead and start making some rolls. You need a 20. If you get a 30, then you cover 10 feet.
I have 40 feet of movement, by the way, also.
Okay, so you cover with climb. The maximum distance is 5 feet for every 20 feet above 20. So yeah, you effectively get 10 feet. So you're going to be slowed down by her because
Okay, I'll stay about even with her.
That's fine. So go ahead and roll.
So just click
30.
athletics.
Yep.
Extra 19.
And so yeah, the cat leaps onto the mountain and holds on real well. The rogue has difficulty getting started.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys keep going. What you need to do is keep track of how high you are. Every time you succeed with a 20 or better, you go 5 feet up. And you're trying to go as high as you can until you opt to stop, something else changes, or one of you rolls a 1.
So she is still. So she failed, so we're
She's on
still
the
at
ground.
base level.
Technically, she didn't go anywhere.
Okay, so we're still at 0.
Yes.
Okay, I succeeded. Still at base level.
Jeez.
Those are hard to
I
play.
If I get to
Feed.
cut the rope, man.
Yeah, let's try
On the
one more
positive
time.
side, if you were to fall right now, it wouldn't be a very bad.
She hasn't fallen yet.
Okay, so we go up 10 feet.
No.
5 feet.
No.
6.
Unless she can roll a 20.
Oh, I thought she was trained.
She is.
The
Oh, I thought-
difficulty is
The
expert.
wall takes a 20.
Oh.
Just because you have less skill doesn't mean your chance is lower.
What?
Not how physics work.
Oh, I failed this time.
Well, no, you didn't. You just didn't make any progress.
But you're not making any progress anyway because you're tied to her.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the 1. So you fell, but you didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because you're already on the ground.
Okay. So
So
Let's-
she's tried for maybe 30 seconds and she can't seem to find anything.
let's just untie the rope and,
And
I'll
you're like-
climb
I mean,
up.
You've been like dancing around, climbing up, climbing down, trying to
Yeah.
figure out what's going on. And
That's a complete
Okay,
50-50
So
shot pass.
wait here. I'll climb up. If there's nobody up there, I will lower a rope.
Okay.
Okay, so the rogue apparently is unable to climb.
Okay. So
So
Now he's just
I-
failing.
I'm going to get the 100 feet of rope, 50
Get
from
up
me,
there
50 from her,
And roll 2 natural.
and like toss that over my shoulder or something.
Okay, so you're going to carry all the rope with you.
Gently. Luckily he's a cat,
That's-
so it might
that's the
not
only
escape,
rope
but
we
it may
have.
break that impact.
So you
So-
get the rope on you, and then you're just going to free climb yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
My cat claws.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, we need to grab the
So start from
Man.
0, and you fail.
And I.
Okay.
Ah.
Not a problem. You go up 10 feet.
Okay, so 10 feet.
Now
20
you go
feet.
up. Then now you get another 20. You get another 15. So, you're
so
at 25
30.
feet.
25.
You get an extra 5 feet.
Okay, so
Because of the critical. So you're at 25.
Oh wait, that's
Now
So-
you're up another 10, so 35.
35.
Little progress is better than
45.
negative progress.
45. Okay, I freeze.
Yeah, you don't make any progress that time. Although the rogue's still very impressed. You found
Yeah.
all sorts of places to climb.
Okay, so 45 up.
Still
So
45.
how far am I from it at this point?
You're
30?
15 feet from the level of the gate.
So I'm 25 from the outcropping.
I would say 30 feet from the watchtower, from the bottom of
30
the watchtower.
30 feet? Okay.
So that's 55.
20 feet away.
Give me just a second.
Do I need to roll a stealth check?
And that's when the trap triggers.
When suddenly an anti-air cruise missile spotted something.
You hear in the direction of the gate. You hear shouting voices speaking in a language.
I do not understand any languages.
Okay, it's speaking in deep voices. It sounds like two pitches, like two different type of creatures, but they're speaking in a language you do not understand.
Can I do two?
Move.
No,
Move.
not from the ground level.
Word to word.
Okay.
Okay,
And my terrain stalker would not apply in this because I am on the side of a cliff.
correct. There's no bushes up here.
Yeah. Sky bushes.
Okay, so you can hear voices coming from up there.
Okay, so I'm 20 feet away from the bottom of the tower. Okay. 10 feet away.
Okay,
Pause.
And
you fall.
Reflex
Okay,
save.
you slip. You're gonna take a reflex save.
Yeah.
Okay,
At least
get
you have
20.
cat fall or whatever.
Okay,
you fail.
Wait, what?
yeah.
He said a natural 1.
No.
I don't know what the failure of grab
I
is.
don't
assume
know.
You just fall and fall.
Grab ledge.
I assume we fail, you fall. There we go. Time to go back to town.
Lost your cat.
Okay, gets all the way up there and then fall.
Where's the grab a ledge action? That's right there.
I just had it. Okay, on a success, you grab the edge, stopping your fall. You take damage from the distance fallen so far, but you treat the fall as though it was 20 feet shorter. Critical failure, continue to fall, and if you've fallen 20 feet or more before using the reaction, you take an extra 10 damage from the impact for every 20 feet fallen.
So yeah, you just fall.
Just fall.
Okay, I have cat fall.
Okay.
Expert. So I treat all falls as 25 feet shorter.
Okay, so you were at 70 feet.
No, I was 10 feet away from the tower, which we said was 70 feet high.
No.
So we were at 60.
No, the ramp was 60. The top of the ramp was at 60. The tower was 15 feet above that. So you'd be at 65, I guess. Because you didn't make that last climb. So 65 minus the 20 you said?
25.
25. So that drops you to 40.
20 points.
Is it just this flat number now?
It's just a flat number, half the distance fallen.
That's stupid.
20 D12.
I'll double check it, but
That's stupid. He should have died.
Falling 20 feet or more before using this reaction, you take 10 points of impact for every 20 feet fallen for a critical failure.
it says you take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell. Treat falls longer than 1,500 feet as if it were
Dead?
as 750 damage. But main thing is I think every 1,500 feet it's in a round for falling.
Okay.
But yeah.
So if you fall more than 5 feet, you can grab an edge to reduce the damage from some falls or arrest a fall if you have fly speed. Okay. So I guess falling and critical falling, or failing and critical failing has the same effect.
So I could jump off the watchtower and not even lose a third of my health.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay. So you fall to the ground, take 20 points of damage.
Ow! Voice crack.
Cat says, "Look out! Rocks are loose up there."
I'm guessing you can't stealthily fall either.
No, I mean, I would assume between trying to grab onto the edge and so forth, and so there's some miscellaneous debris that fell down too.
So on top of that, the trolls
I think
could have
the
heard
critical
that.
failures meaning you add an extra 10 for every 20 feet. I think that's what
already
it's,
the base damage.
Well, yes, but I think it's adding like extra onto it. I think that's the critical failure with it. It's like you still take half the distance, but then every bracket of 20 you add another 10. I think that's what it's kind of saying. So it's like you take the full thing. But I don't know. It's up to interpretation.
That would mean then you don't, if you don't have a chance, you don't even try to grab the edge, which doesn't make sense either, because you would critically fail frequently, and then you take the distance fallen and damage. So anyway, she took 20 points when you hit the ground.
Ouch.
Yes. Want to try again?
Ow.
It's likely of that happening again.
Oh, the trees broke my fall.
I mean, it's only a 5% chance of each time.
It's unlikely, yes. I figured he actually was going to be just fine.
You would think. Can you heal me a little bit?
Yes, I can.
We also got to worry about now the trolls could have heard you fall.
I don't know. I've never heard a cat fall off a mountain before. It could be quiet. I mean, I haven't heard
No,
one
Craig,
fall off a mountain before.
It's just like.
That must be proof they're quiet.
It must be.
Mulder, come here.
Anybody else want to try to climb?
I guarantee
I
you.
mean, I'm pretty good at
I can-
athletics, but I'm not sloppy.
I can climb.
You
So
can climb?
And you can grab the ledge.
That's right. I can climb.
You're expert in both.
That's right.
So I have my healing potion here.
Oh.
With full plate armor.
You don't have yours? I thought you said you had yours.
But you can't climb fast.
No.
I do have.
No.
Wow.
It might take me all day.
Yes, I
How
do.
much
And
health?
you could fall off that watchtower like 5 times.
Try medicine check with the hero schools.
It's true.
The Panther suggests for me to do medicine on him.
Okay. Go for it.
Do you have tools?
I probably will.
I do have tools.
I fell too.
So I just do my medicine, roll medicine.
If you go into the actions, to get complicated, you go into the skills. It's the hand icon, not the fist icon, on the hotbar.
Okay.
And under medicine, there's treat wounds.
Yeah.
Treat
Just
wounds.
click that.
And
Okay.
roll the dice next to that when you mouse over it.
So, mouse over it.
Yeah, there you go.
And just treat wounds.
There you go. 18 points.
Ooh, critical. Yay.
So,
So I get 18 points. I'll just apply that.
Yep.
You just press the button then for light.
Oh.
Where's the
Well, that didn't work. So I'll just manually put it in.
Okay. So you heal most of his wounds. He only has a few scratches on him at this point.
Those were from me. Okay, yeah, I'll give it another try, I guess.
Okay.
Rocks are very not good for climbing. Okay, first. 10 feet.
Yeah. 20.
20. Pause.
Let's get all the way back up there again.
30.
30.
Only falls from high about altitudes. Okay.
45.
Yeah. 55.
55.
But now it's gonna hurt you.
And
You gotta be kidding me!
Oh!
reflex check.
Yes, just don't fail.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so
Okay, you managed to hold on.
I'm at 65?
We'll say 60 because you fell slightly.
Okay, so 60.
You fall 20 feet and you still take the damage, but since you have catfall, you ignore the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so you dropped 20 then.
So I'm at 45.
45.
55.
Uh-huh.
Pause. Pause again.
Just
I
don't
thought you were
roll.
Shadow of the Mountain. Are you like Shadow of the Hill?
No, that's why it's a shadow. He's on the ground.
Still pause.
But it's because it's the dangerous area right above
Shadow.
him.
He's running out of rocks.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's right.
Shadow.
They're gonna spot you at this point.
So I'm at
Shadow
55
the
feet
kitty
right
litter.
now.
45.
Kitty litter.
What?
Shadow
45.
Yeah, I passed previously.
Okay, 55.
I'm at 55.
It,
Still
Still
55.
55.
it only means you're gonna take more damage when you fall.
Okay.
Now you're at
65.
65.
There we go.
I am
10 feet away.
I bet
Oh,
that ring of
60
climbing in the
goes.
store would have come in.
There you go.
okay.
Okay.
Sneakily, even though I paused at 55 feet,
After
like
great effort,
12.
you managed to work your way
half a
up
minute.
to just below the balcony area.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I hear any voices?
Yes.
Above?
Above it, you hear shrill voices. They sound female. Couple of voices you don't understand what they're speaking, what language they're speaking in. Along with some loud rustling and scratching noises.
It's a crazy cat lady.
My people.
Meanwhile, the voices down below at the gate does not seem to have changed despite your earlier fall.
No. Okay. Can I attempt to climb to the left side of the balcony, away from the gate,
Sure.
and just... Is there a railing on the balcony?
Uh-huh.
Is it like a solid wall railing or metal, like
Stone. It's
stone?
stonework.
So
You
I'm
want to
going
sneak over to climb over to the side and try to sneak a peek? See
yeah,
what it
like just with my hood up, face mask up. Like,
That's irrelevant. That's all based on your stealth.
okay.
And it's a sunny day.
Yeah, it's a sunny day. And,
Yeah, with a little shadow in the corner.
and more importantly, the rocks here are unstable.
Apparently.
So give me another climb check to move over to that side.
One incoming.
There's only so many black cats climbing up.
And
Okay.
there's the one.
Okay.
25 minus 24.
Okay, so you move over to the side. What is your stealth bonus?
11.
11. Okay. Let me make a couple of rolls.
For sure that makes my DC 21.
Okay.
Don't I have to roll?
Okay, I have a 17 and a 15. So inside, you see just inside the entrance in the shadows, two humanoid female figures dressed in what looks like rags, and initially you think it's like heavy wolfskin cloaks, talking and sort of hopping around. As your eyes adjust to the dim light, their legs are hooked and bird-like, like an eagle's, and that cloak that they're wearing is actually dirty gray feathers from wings. One of them is chewing on some sort of a bone, and the other one is shrieking at her in whatever language they're speaking. It doesn't sound like they're arguing versus just being focused on whatever their conversation is. Neither of them seem to be aware that you're here.
Can I make a nature check to see if I can identify what these are?
You cannot, but I can tell you, based on your skill, whether you recognize what they are.
I probably don't. Just gonna say that.
The way that works is recall knowledge, and your appropriate skill, and you are Shadow of the Mountain. Yeah, you've never heard of or seen these creatures.
Yeah. They have 1 intelligence.
You gotta get out of the shadows a little bit more often.
So, like I said, they're not. They don't seem to be aware of your presence right now.
Is there somewhere I could attempt to tie the rope off? It
Sure,
inside
the
of the
balcony there.
mountain?
Balcony, like I said, it's
on the side of the cliff.
not on the cliff. No, not unless you have a spike or a grappling hook that you can pound in.
Oh man!
But I mean, the balcony leans out, and there's plenty of stonework there that you can tie it to. Without
Okay.
difficulty.
Could I attempt to do that stealthily and like cover it with like where I tie it off? Cover it like with little bits of stone if there's any.
Well, that would be stealth, but
Yeah.
you can attempt to conceal it. Sure. There's not like spare stone just laying around. You don't have any.
Yeah.
stone paint.
I'll attempt to conceal it.
Okay.
As
It does not have any stone paint, no. But you can tie it in a less than conspicuous place.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll attempt to do that, and then
Okay.
make sure the other 50 feet of rope is tied to it. So it
the two
doesn't.
creatures, they're painting miniatures. They put their gray paint over here, and you grab it and start painting the rope. Anyways, you tie off the rope.
And I
Jump.
start. No, I don't free fall with the rope in one hand. I make sure the other
if you
50
do that,
feet is
all you gotta
rope.
do is hold on to 65 feet worth, and you're fine.
Your hand will be
You won't
gone.
You won't hit, you
Yeah.
won't hit the ground at that point.
So I will start rappelling down stealthily still with the rope attached up top with the 100 feet of rope that I.
Okay. Rope drops down next to you. A few seconds later, you see the cat rappelling down at great speed. Since he can absorb a 20-foot fall, he rappels 30 to 40 feet at a time.
Just
And
running
he's
down.
on the ground in a moment.
Splat.
Yeah.
So there's big winged human people upstairs, big clawed feet. They look like they can fly, so probably don't want to fight them while climbing. We probably shouldn't go in there because I don't think we could get past them. How big was the hallway going into the mountain?
Into the mountain, it was about 15 feet wide.
And how big
beyond-
were these creatures?
Sorry,
human size?
about 10 feet wide. They're about human size.
Okay, so
Beyond it, you saw a chamber and looked like a stairwell leading downward.
I'll relay that all to her.
Okay.
So I don't
In
think we
Star
get
Tusk,
past
you
them
have no sense
easily.
of who or what these creatures would be based on your skills either.
We might be able to come back when it's more dark out. We have the rope here, so hopefully you can join me this time. So we can attempt to come back when it's night out. Maybe they're asleep, and attempt to go in then.
Unless they're night owls.
Did you
They're all
see
night.
anything else?
Night bats.
There were voices over by the gates
again
where
tonight.
it appeared to
Maybe.
be like busted open
Could be.
at one point. We could probably get through there, but there were also big, deep, different pitches of voices over there also. So there'll probably be people on either side. So do we want to go ahead and go back to the group until nighttime? How far are we from the group?
5 minutes.
Sure, we'll go ahead and go back to the group. Leaving the rope, hopefully somewhat hidden against the rock face.
Otherwise, you have to climb up and untie it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we go ahead and go back to the group.
Okay. The two of them return. You guys saw the cat fall earlier and then climb
Ouch.
back up. So you have a basic sense of something happening. You never saw the rogue climb up, so either she was really stealthy.
Ooh.
That's very possible.
She painted herself gray.
Probably. Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
I relay all that information to the group.
Okay.
Who's at the gates?
Yeah, who dare? There's like one at the
I
gates.
didn't climb up to the gates. I climbed up to the watchtower.
Oh.
The gates were partially closed, but you said it was partially open?
One of the gates is open, yes.
Yeah,
Looks
one of the gates is
broken.
open. Broken.
But were there people at the gate?
I couldn't see any. But I heard voices.
Okay.
And they were outside your head.
This is true. I mean, he did take
I
some.
take a minute to contemplate.
Blind, boss.
I don't hear any right now, so yeah, outside my head.
There's birds on your mountain. Birds, you're gonna eat my hair.
Well, I,
For the
So-
NPC scouts.
Yeah, we might be able to sneak by those winged creatures in the tower when it's nighttime. If they sleep. I hope they sleep. We might be able to try that then. Or we can attempt to sneak in through the gateway. The winged creatures, did they appear to be keeping watch?
No,
Like, were they inside the tunnel a little bit, or were they outside, like, on the balcony?
They were inside the tunnel. They did not seem to be positioned or paying attention to keeping watch.
Okay, so we could, if we aren't too noisy, we could probably sneak up the path and get to the gate. If we don't want to use the rope.
We should probably scout and figure out what's at the gate.
Yeah. Maybe if you could scout out the gate, the gate again. You know,
Okay.
just like the guard shack there. That would
So you
probably
said
be
the
important.
path went from somewhere on the right,
From the
up,
right up to the gate.
like directly up to the gate, like it doesn't
Yes.
zigzag.
Yeah.
Up. Okay. Is there any cover on the way up to the gate, or is it just flat road?
Just the cliff.
I have an invisibility potion,
Um.
and I'm
I don't know if he
trained
took on.
in a couple languages.
Do any of us know about the bird people?
Yeah, can
Yeah, he
Um,
told us.
Describing it.
Yeah, once he describes it, let's see.
Well, now that he's got a rope up there, you can climb up to where that part is,
Yeah.
take your invisibility potion, scout out how many
Then if you have
people
enough
there are.
knowledge in that category,
You can listen to their languages.
they are.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but then she'd be going in alone. And how long does invisibility last?
Very well-rounded group. of
She's
people.
just scouting.
Did they appear
Not
to
a
be
skill people
friendly or
have
unfriendly?
No, our
They were debating with massive clawed feet and massive wings.
no arcane. No.
I don't
So-
think those are friendly.
Okay, so they're unfriendly.
Yeah, you
That's
guys
good.
do have a couple
Still.
of gaps in your skills.
Arcane are optional skills. So
Arcane, occult,
Society.
religion's not bad. Nature's good. Society is mediocre.
I had
Um,
society previously. That's my other character.
But why don't we save the invisibility potion? Like if one of us gets separated from the inside,
Ooh, get
you could
separated
take
from the
it
inside.
and get out.
Sounds painful.
That sounds definitely painful.
Can I try society?
I hate when that happens.
I have the way the mechanic is supposed to work, as I understand it. All creatures have a definition of what's level you need, and rather than rolling every time, which means you randomly know some things and other things are common and you don't know anything about it. The idea is I just take a flat 10 or 11 plus your bonus, and that's what the party sheet from the GM perspective gives me. Gives me a list of everybody's skills for that, so I can say, okay, yeah, you're familiar with this creature, or no, you're not because it's too rare. So that's effectively what I'm doing, is I'm using the appropriate skill for the group, because you don't necessarily know, is this a nature creature or an arcane creature or a society creature? You just know my character only has certain skills. That's why what George was talking about. The group has somewhat failed to fill in the gaps as far as these, which is sort of a built-in thing with Pathfinder and D&D to a lot of extent, that you have to have all of the different skills, otherwise you just have blind spots effectively. This is one of those areas that nobody in the group knows what these creatures are.
Sounds like a key leadership issue.
That's right.
Well, you and me
Let the king.
sneak up the path and attempt
Picking
to
on these random people
scout
on the
out
street.
Well, now I didn't hear you
Scout
object to the hiring of the new guy.
I'm here to be accepting it.
Yeah.
No, you are accepting it.
Lack of denial is acceptance.
You gotta get LinkedIn stuff.
But people can also always retrain.
But
Well, we
What?
did indeed.
Oh yeah, exactly. I didn't
Indeed we
respond to his submission of the application, which means I'm looking for other people.
Oh,
okay.
When he saw
Mr.
him fall off the
Halfway.
building, he's probably like, eh.
you're still probationary.
I mean, this cat did fall off a mountain.
He's like,
And
The
survive.
cat fell off.
Yeah.
The cat fell off the mountain that he was the only one able to climb.
He
And
fell off.
survive.
That's all that matters.
That's true.
I survived.
Anyways, what would you guys like to do? I hear the suggestion of waiting till night. or otherwise
Do
doing things.
We can probably scout out the gate if you guys want us to do that.
I don't understand why we don't use the invisibility potion. Let her scout out how many people are at the
Because
gate.
he wants to save it for the right moment.
That is the right moment.
I
We can
know.
Find out how many people are.
Yes,
How
but
many
if we...
invisibility potions do we have?
And how long does it last?
It lasts a
Hard to
minute.
say they're invisible.
Yeah, a minute.
Can't find them.
You
I think
can't...
They last.
Yeah,
They last 10 minutes.
How long
Oh.
do you need to? How long do you need to scout?
I don't know. We don't know how big the place is.
Get up the hill there.
Yeah, good
All she
point.
needs to do is get back to the hill.
Getting up the path and everything, I mean, between getting to the path and then going up the trail, maybe a minute. But the rogues have already, or the two of them have already demonstrated, getting to the path is easy. There's plenty of tree cover, not a problem. So you get to the bottom of the path, take the invisibility potion, you got 9.5 minutes to do whatever you want once you get to the gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, that doesn't make you completely undetectable.
No, I understand, but
It makes you invisible, right? But you still make noise, you still do other stuff. But you also might be good enough from a stealth ability that it might not be necessary.
And trolls aren't the most intelligent creatures.
Well, that wasn't trolls that he saw up there.
Not up there.
Yes,
but
you do know enough that those were not trolls.
Well, how many invisibility potions do people have? Because
None.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea.
I've got
Yeah.
one.
You got one.
I also have the invisibility spell.
There you go.
Isn't that self only?
No, it's a one target.
So that would be good.
I
Why
would
would you
sneak
say
up with
spell?
them to the path, cast invisibility, and I can come back to the rest of the group. Again, I have good stealth ability too.
Sounds like the king is scouting.
Ooh.
I'm coming with you, boss.
What?
Yeah.
No! No!
So you're making the rolls for the stealth with quiet allies.
Yeah.
What's your stealth?
I'm actually 9 plus 9.
Oh, okay.
With your armor and everything?
Not
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm unburdened by iron, you know.
Yeah.
So
So
what's
that-
your stealth?
you
Card?
So if that's the case, who's the lowest stealth?
Not that bad.
Yeah, who's the non-stealthy people in here? Because
Yeah.
the fighter is apparently good.
Yeah.
And then
I've got
my stealth's an 8.
Mine's a +3.
Okay,
There
so
we go.
Corvus.
Yeah. I don't usually do stealth. I just sort of charge at the person
Next-
screaming and
next
slapping
skill
me.
advance.
Everybody else has an 8+.
Next skill
I'm at
advance.
10.
You can put yourself trained in stealth because then we can all go.
What'd you put your skill point in for this level?
Yep.
Yeah,
Level
what?
5.
Yeah, what? Put that into?
I'm gonna put cactus,
Um,
cotton balls and stuff.
I have a bag of 1,000 ballberries. Just kidding, right now.
You were in the right spot. No, for your other thing. Your feet.
this.
No, it would be skill increase for this level.
Yeah, because you get one at 5th level.
Yeah,
If you get it.
it'd be under the feats. Skill feat for this, you put Aurochs headed for level
Yeah.
4.
No, I'm talking about level 5, the skill boost.
The skill increase.
I didn't get it for the normal stuff. I got it for the attribute modifiers.
What?
Oh, you get the attribute modifiers. Also, we're talking about the skill increase. You get to increase one of your skills from untrained to trained or trained to expert. Did you do that?
Where even is that?
Well, on the skills page, you'll look at your skills and see like which one did you pick.
Which one's
That's the bag of ballberries.
The hand.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on it, but I don't.
It doesn't keep track of
It doesn't
the
keep track
list
of your boost. It's just which one did you do.
Well, the ones I have are religion, diplomacy, intimidation, and athletics are all expert.
See,
Did you use Path Builder?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Path Builder doesn't translate to this thing.
What's your
though.
intelligence?
My intelligence. Oh, that's a completely different thing. That's on the
there's a
attribute.
+1 intelligence.
Yeah.
Plus one. Okay. So I'm gonna go through these. I'm just gonna go through what I have for how many skill increases you should have. at
He
level
has
1.
currently 3 trained, 1 expert.
So you should have a total of 9 trainings, and one of them has to be trained. And I know a couple of the stipulations for your class has to be trained or whatever for different things. I have no idea about your class.
Yeah, mine I had to train athletics.
So exemplars trained in religion, trained in a number of additional skills equal to 3 plus your intelligence modifier.
That'd be 4. So religion,
And 4.
And plus 4. Okay, so let's start over with these. Let me mark these as untrained. All of them as untrained.
Are you 8 foot?
Because I'm a big guy.
Untrained. Okay. Are you marking them too?
Untrained.
He's not.
Are you marking them also?
Now he is.
Now,
Okay.
because it wasn't marking them on mine, so.
Because I'm updating it at the same time, which is causing the
So
problem.
stop.
All right,
Stop.
All right.
Let him update it.
Okay. I'm marking them all
gotta
as
touch it.
untrained.
I gotta go. Okay.
Let him do it.
All right.
Stop.
All right.
Just
all right.
stop.
Holy cow.
Okay. So he has to be trained in religion.
I'm a holding a
correct?
cat.
Yes.
Okay. Any other thing required trained?
Or
Train religion.
Close out your character
Skills.
sheet, go back to your
Plus
intelligence
intelligence modifier.
So you just close it out and then reopen
It doesn't say anything under
That's what it's
skills.
using those.
Yeah, I can go to my
Just go to your skills.
skills.
Don't touch anything.
I don't think there's any other skills.
No other
you have to be
required.
trained in.
Okay.
No.
So right now you are trained in religion and you get 4 other choices. So tell me what 4 other skills you want to train.
Stealth.
1.
And then you said I get 3 others
Yes.
besides the 4.
Why is your athletics going back to expert?
What? I'm not even touching
Yeah,
it.
he didn't do
I know.
anything.
I know.
I
I'm
think
wondering why.
That's one of the required ones. I'm
No,
pretty
it's
sure.
not from what we're seeing.
Where's the thing that says it's required?
Because it was
I
one.
sent you to level 1.
It might be like a skill feat requirement, so it's automatically putting it for that
Might
in
be.
order to fit the requirements.
So religion, stealth, athletics, intimidation. That's 4 out of the 5. Pick one more.
All right, and then the one more I'm gonna do diplomacy. Why not?
Okay.
Are you supposed to be a fighter or what's your?
he's like 4.
For level 2, you don't get anything new. For,
We're very diplomatic.
for level 3, when did you get another skill training?
Every odd level.
Okay, so
one,
level 3,
five.
what do you want to train?
And I gotta go back into my path builder now. I had it all set up originally.
Oh, if you have a path builder, then just tell him what the different trainings are.
So it should be the initial ones, and then level 3 you get a skill increase, level 5 you get a skill increase.
So I have.
I don't know what this one is.
What am I looking for? Am I just looking at the normal build?
So,
Yeah, the build tab.
hanging on your back.
Level 3.
I think it's
5.
So
Go all the way to the finished character. If you've leveled them up through that to level 5, it should have everything and tell you whether you're missing any advances.
background
It cancels.
is Night Watch, yeah.
Go
Well,
up.
So you get legal lore. You can program that in by going
So
into
you have
your
a skill
skills.
increase. It looks like you put training in nature at level 3, and then you
Okay.
have an epithet.
Whatever. And then you can.
Oh, the
type
epithet
in lore.
gives me another additional thing.
Legal.
Arcana, crafting, deception, medicine.
Okay, I guess the epithet gives you a skill
Yeah.
also.
Turn that
And
to
then you
stealth.
can.
What?
And then you can set.
So
train.
he's getting the normal. He gets his base ones, then he gets the ones at 3 and 5, and then he has an epithet, which gives him additional things.
Which is probably a
so
short list.
It's a specialized.
a
your
short
character is
list.
specialized in
One of
the
them's
knowledge
stealth.
of
He
all
gives.
laws.
So, okay,
Oh.
so just hit finish, and we'll see what's at level 5.
He has
Because
root
your
epithet.
background under train.
Level 3.
So whenever
So
there's a
just
circuit,
we'll start from level
you
1.
normally do a roll in society.
At level
But
1,
if it's law
you pick
based, you can use your
your training
lore,
in
and DC would be
acrobatics,
lower
diplomacy,
because you're specialized in
and survival. That's what you did at level 1.
Okay.
Survival is trained, okay?
My champion previously had that.
And then he had religion because he had to.
Okay.
And then at level 3, for your skill increase, he did training in nature
Yep.
and hit finish. And then for your epithet, which is also a level 3 thing, you did training in stealth.
Is that valid?
It says epithet, and it looks like a skill boost. The root epithet.
With the radiant, that's what gives the healing abilities.
So the radiant is what gave it. You are trained in diplomacy, so the radiant gives you training in diplomacy. But since you're already trained in diplomacy from before, instead it gives you a free one.
Yeah.
Because if you have a boost, if you get a boost or you would already be trained in anything, it translates to a free one. So from your free one that you got at that point,
he's choosing stealth.
Yes. You chose stealth. So then when you got to level 5, you didn't pick your skill increase.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now I have expert athletics, which doesn't sound like we should have.
From looking at the app, no.
So trained
That's
athletics,
class
which
feat,
is
that's not
defaulting
right.
back to expert. So you have some other criteria.
Level 5 ability boosts.
No, not ability boosts. We're looking at your skill feat. So, okay, well, you have expert at athletics. Why is that expert? This is training in nature. This is training in stealth.
Maybe check his class features. Maybe the class just gives him expert
You might
in
have seen it.
athletics for some reason.
You mind if I look through for a minute?
Sure.
Only the worthy at 5 before.
But yeah, it so set it to 3. Okay, you're not trained, so then when you get to 4,
I don't see anything to get that
after
right.
4, 5.
Strange.
So level 5, you gain expert athletics. So why are you gaining
Oh
expert
man, when it
athletics?
reset on here, my root epitaph, the radiant's gone.
Okay, so
I gotta
you like
restart that.
you just for like you're seeing this too. Like when I go to
No,
level
But
4,
please don't mess with
Oh,
character
sorry.
right now.
he doesn't have training. But then when I go to level 5,
There's stuff that went away when it
Yes,
reset.
we will fix that.
he doesn't have any boosts or anything at level 5. So there's for some reason you're getting a free expert at athletics at level 5, and you don't have a skill increase.
And is that doing that in the path builder also?
I mean, it's doing it in Pathfinder.
This
That's
thing,
where it's
how
doing
do I
it.
get
Like, see if I go to
axle splash?
if I go to level
Get
4,
on there.
he's training athletics. If I go
So
to
stabilize and
level 5, he's expert at
Check his
athletics.
subclass.
So this is under your.
Well, it doesn't have a subclass. It has
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not worried about the bonus for expert. It's probably coming from some other talent or benefit he has. So he has expert athletics, trained in intimidation.
So this has
Yeah, I see trained in intimidation.
Trained in nature,
Yeah, trained in nature.
trained in survival,
Yeah, trained in survival.
trained in diplomacy,
Trained in diplomacy.
trained in religion,
Trained in religion.
and now he has stealth because of his epithet one. Okay,
And then he also gets. He hasn't selected a level 5 skill increase. I don't know why he was getting the training in intimidation either.
so you still need another skill increase.
Yeah. So
Says it's height
pick a
too,
skill
is that
increase for
make a
level
difference?
5, make something expert, or make something trained.
I have a feeling he's getting those skill things because of his items like the scar,
Icons.
the icons. They might
Yeah.
give it.
Yeah, a lot of them have that.
Oh, I do
Skill
have
increase.
You get a really low
Okay.
amount to start off with the class, so it probably is designed to fill it in with the icons you choose. I didn't look through the icons because they're like paragraphs long. But yeah, so you can make
Yes.
something expert or you can make something trained.
We'll go expert stealth so I don't cause problems sneaking.
Okay, so you did expert at stealth.
So that's at stealth. Now,
Whoa.
you're saying something disappeared.
Yep.
What disappeared?
So I should have a root epithet
Uh-huh.
for the class features, and that was the radiant.
Okay, that's the level 3 thing.
Mhm.
Level 2. Level 3. Okay, and that was root epithet, and you make a selection.
Does that make a
Yep.
Brave, cunning, deft, mournful, proud, or radiant.
The radiant.
Radiant.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Then
thing, I
5.
It might be the
because
heritage of skilled human.
is bad.
You become trained in one skill of your choice. At 5th level, you become an expert in that chosen skill. Did you pick that for your skill?
Yes, skilled human.
That's why it's
That's
changed to
why-
expert.
So I would just
Okay.
get rid of acid splash.
So,
personally.
now you are trained.
It's from before
I
the
think you're
remaster.
current.
So go with cost.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's
So now that changes from a stealth standpoint. The lowest one is Riverleaf.
Craig.
dog.
And Slow Front.
Okay,
Slow Front's
Craig.
a 9.
Time to
but-
pull up your skills.
Dang.
Yeah, Riverleaf is obviously the one holding you back with only a +8.
I know.
So what's your
You guys can be Master Assassins now.
Well,
because everybody is highly
It's
skilled.
got 12
I got a plus
That was
12.
somehow.
Expert in stealth plus 12.
Cool.
Okay.
So not only am I
beside that
scary,
side,
powerful,
side
I'm sneaky
distraction,
too.
what's the plan, Cat and Rogue?
Cat and work. Sneak up to the gate. I believe with Silverleaf, and he's going to cast invisibility on us, and we are going to sneak in.
I don't know if you need the invisibility.
I don't know.
You're gonna sneak up to the gate as all three of you?
No, like the bottom of the path. Like
Bottom of
where's
the path. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 4 of you go over to the bottom of the path.
3.
Yes, but I thought he doesn't go without.
He doesn't go out with his
Yeah.
Ah.
You start going, he starts following.
And he is stealth too.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to stealth away from him, my perception is still lacking for a few people.
You choose
Um,
one. They roll
I don't-
a
I don't
reflex.
Okay, so the 4 of you go to the base of the ramp of the path, and from there, you guys are going to use an invisibility spell.
I believe so.
I don't think the 4 of us need to use it.
No, he's just going to cast it on us too.
You're going to cast 2 spells.
I only have one invisibility spell.
Oh.
Because I thought the plan was one person.
Yeah, I
was
thought
going up
one
there
person was going to go out there, scout out the area. But if you're saying that we don't even need to, because my understanding is once you go up over the thing, there's no coverage, so you're really not going to get a good area view of everything unless you're
Okay,
just
then
sneaking over.
go ahead and cast it on her, since she's higher stealth than me.
Okay.
So, keep going.
I mean, don't you think that would make sense? You can really scout out the area. I mean, unless you just want to peek your head over and see how many people there are. You can do that too, but
There you go. I cast it.
But if that's the case, then
I'll be not good at
oh, we have a map.
At least we have a visual of the place we're trying to, in theory, get into.
Uh-oh. Oh wow, that's a very narrow. That's a lot smaller than I was imagining.
No wonder you kept falling off it.
Okay, so the path starts from the north to the south.
Okay. So you are at the base of the path, and you are invisible.
I am going to
You're not invisible.
yes, I am going to find some brush near the bottom of the path. How far, like how long is the path to the top of the gate from base?
Maybe 100 feet.
Okay, I can make that in one round. Okay. I am going to stay in some brush near the bottom of the path and keep my eyes out in case anything
Yeah,
notable happens at
Okay.
inside.
So you cast invisibility, then you guys are heading back to the group. Okay. The cat disappears in a bush, curls up underneath it, and the rogue is already invisible. So what are you gonna do, rogue?
Stealth sneak up
Oh, do
to
you wanna go outside?
up near the doors.
Okay.
Multiple spells.
Okay. Now, question I have: can everybody currently see the rogue?
yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what?
Can you see the rogue?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So I believe that is because.
Yeah, I'm very fast with these.
Figure this to lighting and change this to.
You know your character looks like a Black Panther.
Yeah, I made it that way.
Shadow of the Mountain.
Yeah, and he's in the midst of the
Do you have
Stuff.
pen in your mouth?
sorry, what? What?
Are you Mutan?
Okay.
Mountain.
So,
I did.
Jenny, go ahead and move wherever you wish to go. I assume you're stealthing and otherwise invisible.
Yeah, stealthing and going quietly up
Okay.
near the front door.
Okay.
Craig.
I'll move you up over there.
My base move is 40, and since I'm
So you get to about here
all four and
when you start to hear the voices
Yep.
shouting and arguing from inside.
Okay. I can speak Common, Fey, Jotun, and Orcish.
Okay. They appear to be speaking in Jotun. They seem to be arguing over their current tasks, saying how boring it is keeping watch here. Nobody ever comes to this place. Ever since those people we captured a few weeks ago, why can't we go down there and spend some time torturing them further and so forth? They seem to be speaking. There's a deep voice that sounds like a troll, and several other creatures that don't seem to be as big. They're the ones mainly arguing. The troll just every now and then just sort of grumbles and agrees or disagrees with them, but doesn't seem to be part of the conversation as such.
Okay. I'm gonna try to peek inside.
Sure.
See what I.
Depending on what your stealth abilities are.
Okay.
Okay. As you move over here, you can see inside these. They are spaced around the room. There are several creatures armed and armored with swords and crossbows and armor. They look similar to goblins, but unlike Pickle, who's only about 4 feet tall, these are much more brutish and taller. Look to be about 6.5 feet tall. Much more like orcs than they would be goblins. You don't recognize what type of creature they are, but you do recognize the big troll behind them.
I think.
The one door off that you're standing in front of looks like the hinges have been broken long ago, and the door is just sort of jammed where it is. The other one is closed and has a pin in the ground where it is locked. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Okay. None of them seem to be aware of your presence.
Nice.
You don't even know about the concept of a rogue.
You could play games with them, so you could act like a ghost. They wouldn't know what was going on.
Good.
And I can see like in the room, I can see other doors and
Yeah, I'll move you into the room since you can't be seen. There is several doors leading out of it. A grand door leading into the central section, a door leading off to the right, and then a pair of doors leading south.
Does the balcony show up on this map? Would it be just straight south from here?
No, it does not. Technically, it'd be positioned right here.
Okay. Okay.
now if you're invisible and you try to do an action, that makes you visible.
If you take damage, do damage, or do any sort of hostile action.
I think the take damage thing isn't in there.
They got rid of that.
Possibly.
Invisibility. Makes it undetected to all creatures. They can attempt to find you. If you use a hostile action, it ends immediately. And it lasts 1 minute. Sorry, 10 minutes.
You're really not invisible anymore. You
Sorry, 10 minutes. If it's heightened, then it lasts 1 minute, but then it doesn't end if you do hostile action. That's the improved invisibility.
Like I can pickpocket.
You could.
Take his lunch money.
You want to try to steal their stuff?
Is there like of course they've got their weapons with them, right?
Yeah, they have their weapons out. Or weapons with them. They don't have them drawn as such.
Okay.
They're all awake. They're not like sitting down or sleeping, or they're just all kind of.
Yeah, they're all awake. They're talking and arguing. Since you can understand their language, they sound like they are complaining about the job they've been assigned, but in a friendly, we're all comrades type tone. It just feels more aggressive than what you and the group typically would see at a tavern. Okay. I mean, they're insulting each other and yelling at each other and so forth, but as friends versus they're specifically enemies of each other.
I was wondering about like taking like a dagger or something of one and sticking it on the other one. Like
She wants to be a sprite instead of a.
Mm-hmm.
does okay, do they have like daggers or something like that?
They are all armed. All of the goblin-like ones
Mm-hmm.
are armed with crossbows, short swords, and they're wearing scale mail. There doesn't seem to be any personal gear or like coin purses or anything like that with them.
Mm-hmm.
They have otherwise not much else. I mean, there's a couple of drinking mugs and that sort of materials around,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing else beyond that. The troll doesn't have anything.
I would knock over a tankard.
Okay.
Let's see. I was half wondering if they'd like come, like, get them out of there. Like rather deal with them out of there versus inside that room.
Yeah. How do you want to accomplish that? I mean, you can certainly knock over a tankard or do something along those lines if you want to just cause some mischief. Tell me what exactly are you trying to accomplish?
Well, one thought is to unnerve them. Like if there's, if they think something's weird's going on, they get unnerved. Another would be to like draw them out.
Okay. So which do you want to do? You want to try to scare them? Or do you want to try to get them to follow you out onto the ledge, which that's relatively easy to do. I mean, you can always voluntarily drop the invisibility.
You're like, hey, fat boy, I'm over here, and go running out. They'll easily get
You
out.
absolutely could do that. Getting them to follow you is the simple one. If you're trying to spook them, that's possible.
I'd like to spook them.
Okay, you're going to try to spook them? Okay. Give me an intimidation roll.
Oh my!
Nice.
2 natural 20s in a row.
Okay. So you knock over one of the mugs as one of the creatures is reaching for it. It slides visibly out of his reach and then off his little table. He looks at it, stares at it for a moment, wipes his eyes. The guy next to him starts snickering at him because he apparently is too drunk to hold on to his beer. While they start laughing, one of the other ones, you pull a sword out and it clatters to the ground. And he jumps and starts accusing his friend. And meanwhile, the troll is just sort of sitting there laughing at all of them. After a few seconds, they start to realize, wait a minute, these aren't the other ones doing things. It's strange things happening. And one of them starts talking about, told you, there are dwarf spirits in this place. They're messing with us again. Get your weapons ready. They could get us any time now. They all draw their swords and their crossbows and everything, are like looking around at all the shadows and so forth, and seem very, very uncertain at this point.
Okay. They don't have shoelaces, do they?
They do not have shoelaces now.
Tie their feet together.
Do they even have shoes?
No.
Well, I was gonna knock over one more tinker and then leave.
Okay. Okay. You disrupt them, putting them on making them a little bit unbalanced as far as what's going on and distracted. And then you head out and leave. Head back to the group.
Okay.
Now in theory,
That was fun.
A few minutes later, the half orc or the orc shows back up, reappears out of nowhere.
Ah. Thank you.
What would you guys like to do?
well, does this mean we could probably stealth around the tower because they're not keeping watch anymore? They're paranoid about ghosts.
Did you kill them?
Did you take the money?
And
Do any of us recognize what these
Yeah.
goblinoid creatures are?
Based on the description, let's see. Impossible.
Gonna identify everything before we.
It just seems like a goblin that's the size of a human.
Only there's a word for that.
Yeah, you recognize them as hobgoblins.
Knew it.
So what are their strengths and weaknesses? Like, what do we?
Militaristic goblins, well trained, army based. They have dark vision, but they tend to have a lot of military skills. Known for working as mercenary units for either bigger creatures that are stronger than them that can just intimidate them to do things, or that pay decent money.
Do they like? Do they not like sunlight? Like.
Well, excessive sunlight nobody likes, but no, they don't have any particular aversion to sunlight.
They aren't scared of ghosts, obviously.
Well, and there's doors, at least 3 different sets of doors, like to the north, the west, and the south. So there's, I couldn't tell.
Is this the only way in, or? Because if there was another gate in, we could easily.
If we can all manage to climb up the rope in onto the little balcony, there's a tunnel leading further in with stairs going down, but that's seeing if everybody can make that climb even with the rope. Which I don't think everybody can.
Well, these guys are obviously
You can't
scared
make a
and
15?
on guard now.
I don't think so.
I think I'll take the elevator.
Athletics? You got 3. That might be tough.
Well, while they're scared and concerned about ghosts, we could ambush them now.
What?
The king
Why
is
don't we
no good
like?
at climbing. Replace the king.
Why don't we try to
Like,
like
you guys are 4 if I didn't have
Why does
choke point them?
maybe the
Like-
bodyguard will carry you?
Yeah.
So you hit things, I hit things. Do you shoot
Pretty
things?
much everybody hits things.
I can sword things sometimes.
Okay, sword, hammer, axe, spear,
I mean, Trident.
Trident.
Which is in the spear group. So kind of
fists,
close.
spells, and heal.
Pickles.
So we have no range.
We have range. We have the druid.
Well, we
Yeah.
used to have range, but from what I've heard, he's currently
We all
locked
have
in a
range
dungeon
with
being
pressing
tortured.
Okay.
What do you think, our king? What do you think?
I mean, if there's no other entrances,
We're gonna have to go through the entrance, right?
yes.
Now at least they're extra scared of ghosts, so they won't see us coming.
Can we still obscure that tower, like with a fog or something?
Well, if
I don't have any fogs.
how far? So
But you had a miss.
doors over here. How
What?
far away is the balcony from that door?
I think
Like not
You could
not height wise,
prepare
just
a
distance
spell.
wise.
Distance wise, maybe 30 or 40 feet.
Oh, then that would be on the map.
It's not. The way they have it laid out, it's the cliff face slopes inward some.
Okay, so
It's
If
due
we
south. It's due south from the gate in this location.
if we were to do that, the creatures on the balcony would probably hear
Right
us.
about here.
So since I don't think we want to fight them out in the open, where they can fly and probably have an advantage, we'd probably have to all rush inside to this room and just do a bunch of hand-to-hand combat, or
I'm like we can all fit.
I don't know.
We could easily lure them out if we want to fight them.
Yes, it's not them that I'm concerned about, it's the flying creatures.
We split up and do a paired assault.
We do.
I mean,
Paired positions.
We don't even know if the flying creatures necessarily work for these creatures or if they just live there.
To protect the casters.
I mean, you said they're
Okay,
part
so what we
bird,
wanna do?
right? Some birds live in the mountains. They could just live there.
I mean, I've got a good athletics, but I don't. But I have the worst stealth, so I could probably climb the mountain, but they would probably hear me.
I mean,
once we get to a certain point, stealth's not going to matter anymore.
yeah. I was thinking, like, if we did go that route, we would have the stealthy people go up first, so they're up there,
The problem
and then the
what we
less
have
stealthy
is
people come up.
not all of us can climb up the mountain.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So how do we get everyone up there?
If we manage, you said there were 2 of those flying creatures up there?
That's what you saw.
If we manage to kill them, he could tie a rope around his waist and we could hoist him up. You're strong, right?
Yeah,
How
So you're strong.
You have to leave me.
yeah. We'll do that.
We could also, if we wanted to get the
It's a
attention of
general
these
area
ones
now.
and lure them out, we
I
could
think
have
it's safe
people
as probably
cause a
just tie
commotion at the
yourself with a
tower
10-foot rope to each other.
and
That's
send
not
cause
why.
all of them to be distracted and think the
All right,
problem's
I'm gonna
coming
roll.
from there, and then
Okay.
everyone else
I
goes through
why.
there.
Theoretically, he could just tie a rope around him and around you, and then you just climb. He just dangles.
You know, if we
I
wanted,
mean, what would be the mechanics on that? As far as
Encumbrance.
how much do you weigh?
8 bulk plus whatever
I'm a
he's carrying.
halfling, so 6.
Okay,
That's what
6 bulk
Pathfinder
plus-
defines it.
6 bulk plus whatever he's carrying.
Not a lot, actually.
So you add that to my bulk.
Assuming you can move.
3 bulk, 2 light.
So 9
9
bulk.
bulk.
A little bit over 9. If you can move with that,
Which my bulk is. Where do I go for that?
Inventory.
and then you can conceivably do it. Now it may make you
encumbered 9.
Your max bulk you can carry is 14, which I will put you over,
So you can't
so
do
you
that.
can't do that.
unless you leave behind a bunch of gear.
So do we want to
If you
fight?
drop gear, you carry a halfling. He's only 6.
So the main thing is, do we want to fight trolls and hobgoblins or flying bird people? Which do we want to fight?
You want to fight both?
If we fight the trolls and hobgoblins, there's a good chance the flying bird people will join that fight.
So once we get
Yeah,
up to the
that's-
top, if he attaches the rope and we actually pull him up, and he's climbing at the same time, what would that make the call? Because if it's 15 with
Assuming
the rope,
you guys are pulling up the rope, it's pretty much a guarantee. I mean, unless something happens to the rope.
Oh, we thought about this.
Yep.
In theory, we could have some people go over to the tower, fight the bird people, create a bunch of noise, which causes these guys to be drawn out and go to the tower. And while they're all coming to the tower, everyone else over here can go into the building.
They can't get get to the tower from the inside, probably.
Yeah, and that would.
And that
Yeah.
could trigger anything else.
Yeah, that would
I
just
don't
trigger
think-
the
I
entire
don't think
complex.
they would. I don't think these guys would hear us since it's 75 feet up and up the tower and through whatever hallways, and that would also trigger anything else in between them.
so
But then on the
You
other
stay
side of
alive
things,
while they go
if
up.
we're fighting down here, how would the bird people hear us?
Because it's like 30 feet away.
So
The
then,
balcony is like 30 feet away from where all this combat would be happening.
in theory, if we move the combat to that tower that's 30 feet away, these guys would go over there.
Yeah, but they can't get to it unless they climb our rope.
I'm open for whatever.
I'm thinking possibly the guys on the floor, since not everyone's good at athletics.
I said go in the bottom.
Okay.
We're probably gonna have to kill them all anyways.
Either have them come out or like sneak in there. I don't
So,
know if there's no space for all of us to go in there, since it's not.
do we want to try and like choke point them here?
How many hobgoblins did she say there was?
Four.
Four goblins and one troll. Yeah,
The troll, it'll take extra. If we can get the troll stuck in the doorway, that can give us bonuses to attack it and them negatives.
I don't know. I think you would have to fight them outside the gate, because with the four and then the one troll, and it's not a huge building. I think they're basically they're probably filling up the building.
Mhm.
I mean, I can't see the tokens. It's just the building's not super big, and it's not.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I would.
8 squares of goblins.
We should have just
so-
purchased a bunch of bombs and started throwing them in there.
We did buy a bunch of bombs. Craig, why don't we try and like get them here? Like one of us is here, the other one's here, and then the other two are wherever. And as soon as one exits, we just smash them and just. And when the troll, assuming it manages to squeeze out, we just hammer it while it's trying to get out through the door.
So your plan is to form a line and then kill them as they approach you one by one.
How high up
So that
is
they
this
get killed?
ledge?
Well, it's a one by one door.
60
Yeah,
feet.
That's 60 feet, right?
One of the gates is.
My
is
Earthbreaker
closed.
has a shove trait. So if I'm out here, if we can lure some people out there, in theory, my Earthbreaker with the shove trait, since it's pretty narrow up here, I could start shoving them off a cliff with
So
it.
the Earthbreaker, the shove trait on the Earthbreaker lets you shove without having to put the Earthbreaker away. Anybody can shove.
Okay.
I can shove.
If the Earthbreaker, you can shove while having it in your hands.
Okay.
That's
So-
what it does.
We could start just shoving them off the cliff as they come out.
Yes, but they probably won't. They probably have.
Sounds like a good tactic.
They probably
Perhaps if
have.
you were a troll.
I have Tyrant Wrestler. I can do that.
No, the troll could throw you off the cliff.
Yeah.
But again, we also determined a 60-foot fall is only 30 points.
Yeah.
60 foot, yeah.
They probably have more than 30 hit points.
I mean, you can all be thrown off the cliff twice and still be moving.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Well,
Functionally,
it's the mechanics of the game. It's fine.
we should engage them in the room. Functionally.
Oh.
We have 5 people that benefit from being. We have 6 people.
Everybody except the healer and the mage are close combat.
I should have picked a range class.
So, I mean, functionally, we should do the quiet allies. If our goal is to fight the people on the ground floor, do quiet allies, get as far as we could, and then just charge in.
How much?
Because I can't do a silence or a spell because it's level 4 spell.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
So I can't do anything to silence the fight. There's none of that.
So, yeah, let's do that.
We knew from the beginning we would be charging in here and it would just be a big killing spree.
And hopefully that way the flying creatures
Not
can't
necessarily.
really join that well.
Depends on who's doing the kill.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's going to be a slaughter regardless. Whether it's us or them being slaughtered's the question.
It wouldn't be worth it at all to have like the Panther and I go up to the harpies, or
If you think you guys can take them by yourselves,
You technically don't know what the bird people are. So you
Yeah.
don't know
You don't know they're
how
called
they
that,
are.
but we know as individuals
Well,
and our players.
you just don't. I mean, if you want to try and if you think the two of you could take on 2 people, I guess you can, but you don't know how powerful they are.
No.
You would prevent them from
And
entering
you
our
haven't been
fight.
able to get them down.
And mechanically, I'm perfectly fine with whatever you as a player
Yeah.
conclude they are. If you think they're harpies to you. I'm going based on my description, and they may or may not be harpies. Maybe they're gorgons.
What's that?
A winged creature that turns you to stone.
Oh.
They
I
might
want
be
to add one of those to my
gargoyles.
campaign.
They could be lots of different things. There's plenty of winged creatures.
Mainly saying you don't know like how powerful they
What-
are. You don't know
That
what all
that's
they
the
can do.
bigger concern because
What?
That was my
even if it's a harpy, it might be a level 1 harpy, it might be a level 10 harpy.
Might be a
You don't
level
know how
100
powerful
harpy.
they are, and if you
Why don't we
take
do?
them.
Why don't we do George's idea? Just rush into the room.
But I would agree with the conclusion that if you want to take on the bird creatures, there's only a few of you that can successfully climb up quietly.
Yeah, let's do the.
Can you climb with athletics?
That's how
What
you
you
climb.
use.
I got a 13 athletics expert and
We're-
a 12 stealth expert.
We're bum rushing the room. That's what we're doing. We're not worried about the balcony until it becomes a
Up
problem.
to other people.
Yeah. However the group was.
So if you two want to go in, I could go with you guys to fight the harpy or whatever the mysterious bird people. I could go in and help you
Generally,
guys.
When we split up, that's when we get slaughtered.
And we also know that we know what these creatures are. We don't know what the bird things are.
I would say just go after these guys. It's easier to get in. Everyone can be in there.
And then just close the door behind us. Well, wait, we can't. It's broke. I was gonna say because then we could just prevent the birds from coming.
Send some people up there to take out the birds.
Birds may not even know we're there.
But they could, and they could shift the tide of the
Zoom.
battle if
Oh,
they
they could
show
do
up.
A lot of things
If
could
we
happen.
fight the birds, it's less likely for the people inside the stone building to hear us fighting the birds compared to when we're fighting the people in the building.
Yes.
The birds hearing us.
Yes.
My idea is what I'm thinking is we don't do the fights at the same time.
We do the birds first, and then
What I'm thinking is we have the people who can climb up stealthily and get up there, go up there, fight the birds while keeping one strong fighter down here because it's a narrow ledgeway, 5 feet or whatever.
Mhm.
He blocks the way. I can easily keep that fighter up. If it's just one person taking damage, I can keep really well. And I mean, worst case they hear us and then we have to fight them.
Yeah.
But at least that way, try to take them out one at a time.
That sounds good.
That's my thinking at least, but I'm open for other ideas.
Let's do it.
yep, sounds like a plan. So we're gonna take out the birds first.
Okay. So the question is then, who is going to climb to assault the birds?
Well, I gotta.
Yeah, we already assumed that.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're skilled because you're equivalent at least to the other two.
And I have a bit more punch compared to a.
And there's a rope there.
Yeah.
There's a rope there.
Worst case scenario, I grab the rope.
I assume I'm the
I
fighter
would
that's
say
going
you
to stand
grab
on
the
the
rope
ledge,
anyways.
Yeah.
waiting to get healed.
Probably.
Let's do
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Okay.
You're the one that's going to get punched a bunch.
Yep.
I mean, I can go up or I can stay down here. I got a good athletics, but
Okay, so I know you're stealthy. I know.
I would think you would go up because we'll really only get the
We're
effect of
stealthy.
one fighter if we engage.
yeah,
on
because it's
the spot.
final.
You said you're the least stealthiest, Kirk.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we do Jenny, me, him, then you in order climbing up. We will hang on the sides.
There's no reason
until-
to hang on the sides. I think you guys should just jump in, take care of the birds. He's on his way
That-
up
I-
there as you go.
I'm saying we all manage to get up there all at once, so we're not one up.
I think
One
you're
up.
going to lose your
One up.
stealth availability on that. I think you guys can probably get stealth hits before he even gets up there. I think if you wait as he's going up there, that's when you lose stealth. I wouldn't wait on him to
Yeah,
be
'cause
going
there's
up
not-
there.
There's no cover on the balcony that we
Right.
saw. Was there? It's just an open balcony.
There's an opportunity for you guys to
There's a
stealth.
stone railing around it.
Oh, so you could
Yeah.
hide on the railing?
Yeah, that's where when he climbed over, he looked up over the railing. That's where he tied the rope off to, and so forth.
There's an opportunity for you guys to get a couple shots in. But if
Mr.
you're
Falcon
waiting
had
on him,
athletics.
he could open that opportunity where you lose that.
Yeah, I'm not waiting on anyone. As soon as I get up there, I'm smacking people.
10 stealth.
That's what I mean. That would be my
Again, it's a 75-foot climb. Once you get up there, once you're in position, assuming you're not going anywhere, you can hold on for a while. Not a problem. If you want to immediately jump over and engage the creatures, that's fine too. But it's all a matter of, okay, how long do reinforcements take to get there?
Right.
You know, and can you take on whatever the creatures are on your own?
I was just thinking it from a stealth standpoint.
Understood.
where-
Yeah, I mean, if you're concerned about it hearing things, then obviously Craig has the most concern. That if he gets close, they're going to potentially hear him. The other three probably are fine.
And that's why
So waiting versus doing a surprise attack doesn't matter. But as soon as they spot him, the surprise is gone.
So have him be the last one up then.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So then we can at
Sorry,
least
you
get
were
a
gonna say something, Derek?
few people up
Yeah.
and
Okay.
surprise attack while he's climbing.
Okay. So the four of you go over to the cliff face, unless there's any preparatory sorts of spells anybody wants to do on them. Fly?
Ooh, that'd be really useful.
That would be.
there's now 4 birds up there instead of 2.
That's right.
Ah.
They
Probably.
They had baby birds.
Birds.
They reproduce very quickly.
But do the birds grow up very quickly? Because if they're baby birds, I can squash them in an instant.
You're killing babies.
So whoever wants to go first. I don't have any preps.
So no, I mean, assuming there aren't any, but if there are, speak up. The four of you head over there. Again, not much difficulty getting below the thing. There is a rope dangling here, not a problem.
Yay.
Are all four of you going to climb up simultaneously, or are you going to specifically go up one at a time?
I was thinking us three would go simultaneously, like one behind the other, since we're using the rope. And
Have
then
him
he
wait.
would be hopefully 15, 20 feet behind us.
Okay, so all four of you are going to be on the rope at the same time.
Sure.
Is that a sturdy
Okay.
rope? How thick is that rope? That's a lot of weight for one rope, isn't it?
Depends on the size of the rope.
Do you want to wait on the rope for a little bit?
I mean, just me and myself. I mean,
All right,
I'm
how
at
about
point
how about this?
6,
We do this
so,
to where
I mean, I'm 14 bulk.
we
just by
go one
myself.
at a time, but the second person climbs up once the
In?
first person reaches the halfway
What's your,
point.
just go for climbing?
11.
11.
So
DC,
You should- you should
DC
be-
15 right now with the rope.
You should climb on
Depends on the thickness.
the rocks.
You don't need the rope.
Standard ring thickness.
Okay.
Because you're going to fumble on a 1 regardless.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
functionally, you and the rogue, and really all three of you should just free climb. It's the exact same odds.
I mean they'll
Is the
climb
rope.
them quicker if they go up the rope because they're having more consistency of passing.
Valid, yeah, because you're going to get more critical.
What's your skill, Craig?
My athletics.
Yeah.
But for him with the speed and he fumbles at the same rate, I mean he should be free climbing to leave availability on the rope.
Yeah.
13? Then the only one that really needs to use the rope is Kenny because he kept failing earlier.
But that was just a matter of the dice.
Yeah.
That's a separate factor.
So we got a safety rope then.
Okay, but the point is, are all four of you climbing up at whatever rate you're able to climb, or is somebody going specifically first?
I think specifically we wanted Craig to stay behind for a bit to give us all time to get up there so we can potentially get a sneak attack in before he comes up, makes noise, and alerts them.
Okay, so the three of you are going to climb up first. You're going to follow, presumably at a slower rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, based on
I mean, probably.
Quite
I'm
possibly.
pretty. I mean, I'm decent with skill because it's not based on movement.
Okay, so go ahead and start off by the three of you, or four of you, I guess. Start with the three of you since you guys are going a little bit ahead. So you start climbing. Now, which of you is using the rope?
I don't think anybody's using the rope.
Like George said, you do go faster because it's DC 15, so you need a 25 to go faster. So it's less climbing checks. It's relevant for that.
and you're less likely to just fail normally.
But you are concerned that the weight of a champion with armor plus the other three of you is going to put a lot of strain on that rope.
Why don't you, Jenny, just use the rope for now? Like, since you have low skill out of us three, I believe yours is like 13.
13.
Not to get too precise and into the math, but I would say 30 bulk on the rope is safe. Beyond that, it starts stretching a bit.
Craig, you're 14 bulk total.
Yeah, it was 14.
Is that counting your human weight?
And again, I don't want to get to the point where you say, well, if I leave this one dagger behind, we're perfectly safe. It's
No,
not
I
that
want
precise.
I want to know how much they both have combined.
Right. A person is 8.
So
Plus
16 with your equipment bulk.
Well, I mean, it's a total of 14 because it's a bulk of 8 plus I'm a halfling.
Okay,
So
so
it's
14. How much?
Because the 6 for the half.
Yeah.
It's 5. So 13. So yeah, you two should be fine.
2 people on a rope, not a problem. 3 depends on how much they're carrying. 4 is pushing it.
So yeah, you two just use the rope. Me and Corvus will free climb
All right.
Halflings should be
close
you get
to the
less.
rope
Yeah.
for
You get an
Yeah,
extra
if
quarter.
there's an
obvious
emergency,
reasons.
if there's an emergency, we're grabbing the rope. If
Okay.
we're-
So the 2 of you are free climbing. You're just climbing the rope.
Yes,
Okay. So go ahead and give me a roll.
I go nowhere.
Okay. You can't find a start. Corvus immediately climbs 10 feet up. And Jenny gets
I'm
10
a bit
feet.
get left
concerned. I got
behind.
a natural
I'm sorry, you
20
get 5 feet.
immediately. That's
Okay,
bad
so
signs
keep track
to
of
come.
that.
Let me go ahead and do mine.
I get
Well,
5.
not yet because she just started. She's only 5 feet up. So go ahead and roll again.
That's with the rope 5.
Okay,
Yes.
so 10.
Corvus gets nothing. And Jenny gets another 5. So now they're all 10 feet up or higher.
Okay.
Okay, so now you start and get 5 feet up.
10 feet.
10 feet up because you're on the rope. So you guys go again.
So I stay at 10 foot.
Mm-hmm.
So Craig successfully catches up.
He's gonna end up being down there first.
That's what I was thinking.
Craig starts climbing over the road.
How about we have you stop if we stagnate too
Yeah,
much?
yeah.
I mean, in theory,
Okay,
we
so
should
nobody
try to
moved
climb
anywhere.
at the exact same pace with everyone in theory.
Yes, I'm assuming that's the case. So
Yeah, I'll get my own things.
yeah, keep track of what you are. Each of you know what your target numbers are.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
20 and 30, 20 and 30, 15 and 25, and 15 and 25.
so I've made it 10 feet so far, right?
Yes,
Yes.
we're at 10 feet up.
Every time
Hands
you're making
frozen.
a roll, what's relevant, I believe, to any of you, is if you roll a 1.
All right.
Okay? If you roll a 1, you've slipped. Anything else, you either don't go anywhere, you make 5 feet, or you make 10 feet, or in Ben's case, he gets extra.
All right.
And
Okay.
the DC for the free climb is 20.
Yes.
For free climb is 20, with the rope it's 15.
15.
So we have to basically roll a natural 1 to fall.
To fall. For almost all of you, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So go ahead and roll again. Like I said, I need to know what the net total is for people.
Okay, I go up 10. So
Okay.
I'm at 20.
So the net total's what? 20?
Well, just start rolling.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so you go up to 20. You go up 15.
So he's at 25.
He's at 25. I'm at 20. He's still at 10.
Okay.
He's at
That's a success.
20.
5.
At 20. Or 5.
You go 5 every time.
Okay, so that's
so
15.
15.
Whoop.
You
You
stay.
the same, so you're still at 25.
I stay.
The rest of you watch as the marathon snail climb of the mountain happens.
How this is all stealthy, I have no idea.
Goes
I
up.
see some of them. One of
So
them start to flip.
how
That's
far
okay,
did you
it's
go
on
up
them.
on that one?
I'm
Assuming-
staying
oh,
at
okay.
20.
feet.
Uh,
Assuming they're
20 now.
Okay.
Um,
So you're at the bottom of the hill too with them?
so
Yeah, that was-
I'm
the
still at
overall goal
25, I
was-
think, right?
Yeah.
We're at-
No, you go up 10.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
down there.
so it's
and
35?
In case
I'm
of
at-
the things like
Keep track of it.
here,
He's at
Write it down
35.
somewhere.
we're
I got it.
there
I got
already.
it. He's at 35.
But
Okay.
I don't know.
That doesn't really work. Crit goes 10.
Crit's 10.
If I get
No, we're probably not there.
Is that
Think about
Yeah,
that's
I
the same?
mean, you'd be at the other
Same.
path at that
Well, that was
point.
the same roll I rolled last time.
I get the idea. It makes sense.
Yeah, it was.
You're
Look.
right underneath them.
I rolled a 20 the first time. You said that was 35.
So
I
your
rolled the same
crit
thing.
is 25 and higher.
Oh,
So
which
wouldn't
means
I
you
be
go,
at 45?
an extra 5
Okay,
feet.
so you're 45 feet up.
Okay.
How high are you at this point?
I'm at 40. I don't know how many rolls he's made.
Okay, so 45, 40. Jenny, where are you at?
I see like 25 feet up.
Okay, you're lagging behind a bit.
I'm at 25. I've made 3 rolls.
Okay. Here, let's do it simple. Grab a d20. Here, grab a d20. You know what your bonuses are. You know what you need. So
It's 13. This is going to be a lot of math.
not that hard of math. So just go ahead and roll, and then figure out where you're at, and then just add the modifier.
That's I failed.
I pass.
I hate these
Did
dice.
you roll a 1 already?
No, I rolled a 2. So
Oh, okay. So you just didn't go anywhere.
So I'm at 50 now.
you're at 45 still.
45, 50. Where are you at? 30.
I pass.
That's a pass.
I'm at 60 now.
Okay.
How much did I go up now?
You go up 10 feet, so that's 55 feet.
No,
Well,
he goes up
what-
5 every time. he
Yeah,
goes.
your
That's 5.
your
Okay, so
speed.
that's
I have a higher
50
speed than
feet
you.
We just keep rolling.
Yeah,
This
keep rolling in sequence with everybody because I need to keep an idea of where everybody is.
Oh, 19 plus 13.
So
So that's
I'm
10
to
foot
do
in
it.
that case.
So I'm at
10.
60 right
So
now.
how much would
I'm
I
roll again
That's
since they just
60
rolled.
feet.
I pass again.
Okay,
So I'm at 70 now.
that's right. You're at the shelf.
And I'm waiting
He's at
stealthily
60
for them to catch up.
Okay, so you're at the level of the ledge to the main gates, another 15 feet below the balcony.
It's a natural 2.
I'm
No,
good.
that's a 9.
75?
Oh, wait, that's a 9?
Yeah.
It's like a 2.
75 feet up.
Is the target what you're trying to
Yeah.
get
That's
to?
another 5
What are you
feet.
at?
I'm at 40 currently.
So I'm at,
Okay.
what, 65?
Is that 65 feet? Yeah.
65. Okay, so you're just underneath the panther.
60.
You're with that. So all three of you are right at the elf. You, off to your left, there's a section on the cliff
Mm-hmm.
that has some vines. It looks like there might be an opening into the cliffside.
Ah,
Okay. Can I peek in there?
You'd have to swing over to it to
Mm.
be able to get to it.
Okay. I'll just make a note of where it is.
Okay, and otherwise keep climbing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the three of you are at the balcony. He's at 40 feet, so he's 25 feet or so below you. Do you want to wait where you're at or climb up and engage?
If it matters, I've only made 5 rolls, so it's possible I could be higher. Now
What's-
you guys were
what-
rolling a lot more.
That's why I'm trying to keep it somewhat. For our purposes, we're at where we're
what's
at.
your athletic skill again?
13.
13, and you're using the rope?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so good chance.
Yeah, I mean, I've only
Okay,
made 5
yeah,
rolls.
let-
I think you guys have made a lot more rolls than me.
Yeah, you have
I
a
was trying
good,
to see
you
if
have
we
a
were
pretty
doing
good
sequence.
chance of critically succeeding. So it'll take you 3
I
actions
think
to
he's
get
just
up.
doing us a favor by saying that Craig is still a little further behind.
Yeah.
That was the
Okay,
plan
so-
to begin
The
with.
point is, do you want to wait, or since all three of you are in position, do you want to engage them?
We wanted to
don't.
go up early.
They don't appear to have reacted to your presence.
Are there still 2?
Well, you're not up there looking.
Okay.
You're below the balcony. So, is your decision to go up and engage them?
That was the whole reason he was behind.
Yes, that's. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are going up. So I need a climb check for you. You go ahead and make another roll.
That was a 7. Good. I thought that was a 1. I was gonna lose my
Okay.
mind.
I failed.
You need.
Not correctly.
Okay. So you do.
Basically.
So you say go, and then you pause, and whoever who did you succeed?
I got a 7. What's a 7?
19 total out of, and you needed a
No,
15.
19 plus the modifier.
Oh, so you got a critical.
Barely.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got a
20.
so you succeeded. Okay, so I will copy you over to this, the two of you. Okay.
Before we engage, we do have to draw our weapons because we were.
I don't have any weapons.
You are a weapon.
Yes, I have lethally registered
Yes.
weapons.
Before you engage, you will have to draw weapons.
That I actually have claws.
Okay.
It
So
bites.
you are here.
That's attacks.
Let's see. Let's position some things. Put you there. You are no longer invisible. And there. Okay. And then we have the cat is climbing up. So the cat and okay. Select you, add you to combat. Select you, add you to combat, and then Craig is climbing down below.
Should we use stealth?
45 at this point.
Yes, you can use stealth.
Gosh darn it!
Is it with cover? Or not?
What do you mean with cover?
It says stealth with standard cover.
I thought it'd be nice.
Sure.
Because there's also stealth with greater cover.
Okay.
I just rolled as normal.
Standard cover's fine.
Okay.
I'll just roll the streams normal.
Okay.
Is I'm gonna stop them. Yeah, I'm just gonna be normal. Fine.
Oh wait, they have both.
Okay. Corvus, you are the first to react as you swing yourself up and around. Now you just rolled a regular success, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you land there, and you have one action remaining.
Okay. I'm gonna use that action to draw my Earthbreaker,
Okay?
and the spark's automatically in it because initiative.
Okay, draw your Earthbreaker. Startusk, you're starting to work your way up as they start to react. Corvus, the first one makes a perception check against your stealth. A 27. Do you have a 17 stealth bonus?
I got a plus 12. No.
Plus 12. Okay. So she takes 2 actions as she reacts to you. Screeching and in fright and excitement. And throws a club at you.
She just throws her weapon?
No, she throws a club at you.
Oh.
A bone of some sort. Throws it at you for a critical hit right in your face.
Ow.
Doing 16 points of damage.
Ow.
Okay, Ben, you failed to climb this round.
What?
I mean, you 5 feet away.
Don't I still have an action?
No, that was your attempt to climb, was getting into this. Okay, the other one backs up a bit, flapping its wings, trying to figure out who's here, what's going on. Startusk, you spent, because you're critical, you only take 1 action to get up, you have 2 actions remaining.
I'm going to two actions remaining.
Mhm.
Okay, first draw a sword.
Okay.
Take a step forward so is drawing.
Draw a sword takes an action,
Yeah.
and stepping forward. No, drawing a sword doesn't.
It does.
It does, yeah, it does in Pathfinder. Okay, so yeah, you draw a sword and step forward. And that'd be it.
Give 2 tracks, one.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Multitasking.
That's right.
So.
Okay. So you draw your weapon and move forward. Go ahead and step forward. You just want to move up to it?
Yeah.
There, okay.
Make sure you're not on the measuring icon, you're on the select
River Leaf
icon.
You want me to roll on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, no problem.
Critical. That's 10.
10 feet.
5.
Corvus.
Alright. I am going to
Big climbs are 1 action activity.
step
Yeah, it
forward.
I think I've been glossing over it from the standpoint of that. I agree. I think mechanically it's you can do 3 in a round.
Yeah.
Because you can normally take 3.
Yes, it is.
So
I mean, the mantle you're doing absolutely correct. Because, I mean, it takes most of your round to mantle up, actually, in Pathfinder.
well, yeah, I'm not worried about that. But the climb, as far as pacing for the climb and everything, it's irrelevant when everybody's climbing. But yeah.
You want me to just do 1 per round?
That's what I'm thinking based on the time. I know that's not official as far as it
that's
fits.
fine. You're spending your effort doing it.
Alright.
That makes sense.
So I move forward 1 action, and then I'm going to target the harpy and, well, it's called that, but the mysterious bird thing, and I'm going to attempt to hit it.
Strike it.
Alright. Damage.
Okay, do 14 points to it.
Yep. So it's 1 action, 2 action. I guess I'll try attacking it again for my next action.
Critical miss.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. That one goes. It shrieks and claws back at you. swinging its talons at you. It is going to hit you for 11 points of damage. Miss you. And then take a step back. Cat.
I pass.
Okay.
Just regular pass.
So you.
And my base climb speed is 10 feet.
Yep.
So I didn't know if that would just take one action.
No, it's still going to take 2 actions to climb up and over.
Okay, I will enter Wolf Stance.
Okay. Startusk.
Even though I'm a cat. Tiger Stance, sorry.
So I'm going to like pull my dueling cape.
Okay. Get all fancy with them.
Do I need to do something special on my character?
I think you just have to ready it. I'll make sure it's drawn.
Actions. Actions tab. So hit draw on your dueling sword. And the cape doesn't show up. Let me see.
Is it equipped?
Check.
So
Dueling cape. It is not. It's currently dropped.
Scary type, held one hand. Dueling cape.
I think when we change scenes, like most things drop from prior universe and stuff. And just drop. That's why like all my items are like dropped, I guess.
The
Is
dueling
it
cape.
different?
Dueling cape's like not coded in on here really, but if you want to do the AC, just use the buckler, I guess, because it'll give you the same AC bonus. It won't give you the deception bonus. To feint. But
That's fine.
I don't think the cape is really coded in there all the way.
Okay, so then I'll do a feint.
Okay.
So I think I click that.
So you do have to be, I believe for feint, you have to be next to them.
Oh, it took a step back to.
Okay, so you draw your dueling cape, you step forward and try to feint it.
Yeah.
Okay. And that'll apply for your following attack.
Yeah, because of your ability.
Are you able to move your character? There you go. Okay, so you step forward and give me a deception roll. Make sure you target it.
So quick hit. And your feint action, which will be here, so quick back. Yes. That roll?
Did not roll anything.
Okay.
Click the deception on the feint now. On the chat.
Okay, so hit there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it showed it as hidden.
There you go. You attempt to deceive it. It seems to be too smart and perceptive. Okay, Riverleaf.
See you later.
No.
So far, there hasn't been any sign from the doorway.
Okay. So that's just a pass.
Okay, so 5 feet.
So you're 10 feet away.
The other one didn't get to go.
Yeah,
Didn't it back up and
They moved
try
to
to
the
figure
far
out what's going on?
Yes, but this is already. We're starting the round 3.
Okay.
So I skipped over one. The one in the back starts waving its wings around and singing.
Oh no.
I need both of you to give me a will save.
Just them?
Sorry, all 3 of you.
What?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We
I
have,
knew the nat 20
we
on
have
the
a
climbing
really
check was
good
a bad
skill. Why?
sign. I'm an expert at will too.
2 natural 3s and a natural 5.
No, it's 2 natural 5s and a natural 3, I think.
No.
Pretty
No.
little birds.
Okay. Yes, they are very. It's a very pretty bird.
What?
Very pretty. Okay. So
Me.
I'm guessing this isn't good. Fascinated. You're.
Yeah, it's not.
Yes, all three of you have become fascinated. You must spend each of your actions moving as close to the harpy in the back as expediently as possible while avoiding obvious dangers. If you are already adjacent, you stand and cannot act. Okay.
So we can't attack it.
While you're fascinated, correct. Corvus, what would you like to do on your action?
Let's see. So, I think, does this mean I have to move towards it?
You must spend each of your actions to move as close to the harpy as possible, as most expedient as possible, while avoiding obvious dangers. If you're already adjacent, you stand still and can't do anything.
Okay, so I guess that means I gotta
You move up to it.
and then not do anything else.
Correct. Okay. Now, the trick on it is that if you're attacked by the harpy, then you're freed from the captivation at the end of the turn, and the effect lasts for only one round, so you make another will save at the end of your round.
Alright.
Then it goes away for everyone against you or any of your allies.
If no. For based on the harpy song, it lasts for one round.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just going based off what fascination.
Fascination. I agree. This gives the fascination effect, but it doesn't. It has to. If you get attacked by the harpy, you get freed automatically. Otherwise, you get a will save at the end of the round. So give me another will save.
Alright.
Okay, you are still fascinated. Okay. So the southern one is going to strike at Startusk. He is going to critical hit. Your nimble dodge won't help you. It's going to do 20 points of damage. Slash at you a second time, and a third time, which does hit for 9 points. Now that does remove your
She
fascination.
can nimble dodge that one.
Oh. Not while she's fascinated, she can't do it.
Oh, I thought it was avoiding dangers, though, or something.
Well, the first attack would have knocked you out, at which
then-
point your nimble dodge would have been valid. The last attack hit by 1, so you can use your nimble dodge
I missed the second for that.
so the second one doesn't hit you.
So I hit yes for nimble dodge.
Yeah. I reversed that damage already. Okay, and now the fascination effect on you is currently gone.
Okay, so I'll take it off.
There you
You
go.
got the sense knocked back into you.
Okay. The other one in the back maintains the song.
Wait, where did I go? I'm no longer in initiative. I was between them.
I see you.
Okay, let's reroll you.
Thanks,
Put you
permission.
back in.
You're still darn
That's
stealth.
because it's because you rolled and then I had moved you. Put you back in there. Okay. So then we go back to
Really shy.
Ben.
Okay, so would tumbling through a creature's square count towards that?
Towards movement, absolutely.
Like getting into the creature?
As in
Would it
most
provoke an attack for opportunity though?
Sure, if they chose to attack you, but they wouldn't attack you.
Especially because then that would break the
Then I'm
fascination.
going to attempt a acrobatics check to attempt to tumble through this.
It's irrelevant. They should let you through.
Okay, then I go there.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's all my turn.
And then you get a will save.
28.
Okay, 28, I believe. You are immune. You break free.
Doesn't matter since I can't do anything.
Matters
Well,
next time.
except you can next round.
Yeah, and you're right there, so you can just pummel them.
Okay. That harpy is going to maintain the song for one action, and then strike at the panther, who has approached her. Misses, and hits by 2. You have any special abilities?
No.
Okay, so 7 points of damage is what you take. Startusk.
So, try the dueling cape again.
Okay, try to feint her.
So it'd be raised buckler, I guess.
Are you trying to attack the one next, right there?
Yeah.
Well, you currently flank.
Problem is,
You're flanked
Like-
anyways because
my
of the
basic
Panther's.
punch
You can still
does
use the dueling
a
cape
weak
since it gives you
damage.
plus 1
For
AC,
example,
Yeah.
hit you.
but you don't need to feint it because you're flanking it.
Right.
A dagger
It would
does,
probably
So if you
kill
still
me.
want to use it, you can hit
a
the
dagger does
buckler
less than my
raise,
punches,
and that'll do the.
which is weird.
Okay, you already
Which
have
is
the raise.
amazing.
You already
Yeah,
raised
there
it,
you go.
so you got that.
So-
That's fine. But you already get the flanking ability
I
because
can-
You
the
could
monks on the side.
non-lethally do it.
Okay.
My
Just go
damage is the
ahead
same
and
either way.
enable ability.
Yep.
And now you can attack.
So I'm just gonna hope they either attack you or you pass your will save.
Do I even
Critical hit.
will save if I'm not attacked?
At the end of your turn,
So hit the critical button.
you make a will save to attempt to
Okay.
break
They
it.
dodge.
Nice
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, good solid hit against the harpy.
And I guess because you have specialization, they're off guard till the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Can I strike it again?
And it did not apply it automatically.
Yeah. That's mainly why I wanted
Yes,
to do that,
End of turn.
since it's flanked.
Okay.
Can I strike it again?
Yep. That one's a miss.
Okay.
River Leaf.
Climbing simulator.
And Riverleaf. Yes,
You climb another 5 feet.
you're 5 feet away.
No? I'm 10 feet away.
What?
You're at
I'm
50
60.
feet now?
I'm at 65.
65. Okay. Corvus,
Alright.
you stand there fascinated and then make a will save. Oh, you are immune as well.
Nice.
So much for their song.
Not as good as the vampires, is it?
This one's going to step over here.
Wait, no, took 5 foot step.
Yes.
I was going to say attack of opportunity, but it did that.
Okay. It's going to step over there. It's going to slash at the orc. Because it just got gutted by a sword. It's going to critical hit. You can nimble dodge to reduce that to a normal if you wish.
Yes.
Okay. At which point the damage will just, I'll re-roll that. It does 8 points to instead. And the second strike is also a critical hit.
You copy pasting.
Not. And that will do 18 points. Monk.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to flurry of blows this one to my north and attempt to stun him. So, I believe this is the correct one? Yeah. Okay, so first punch.
Hit. For
Double
4
ones.
points.
And then
And
next makes
yeah, I'm checking it. Fortitude save. Critical failure.
so he's stunned 3.
Yes, it lists it right there, dude.
Okay, then my second punch.
Hit.
And it would need to make another check, but
Yes,
sorry.
Okay.
That's one action, and then I will and stun goes down by 1 each turn.
Every action reduces 1 point of stun.
So next round it will be
Stun 4.
okay. So I will attempt 2 more strikes against that one. First attempting to trip it. I want to attempt to trip him. That I need to subtract 10 from that.
Okay, so it's just a 21,
21
which is
with a natural 20. So
okay. So it's a success. So they're prone.
okay, and then I'll attempt a third strike on this.
It did apply the prone automatically.
Missing.
Okay. Okay. So yeah,
Strike, trip.
that one goes.
Flurry trick.
It clears 3 of its stun, and it's done.
Or hard.
Star Tusk.
I really like this stun.
Okay, so
Well, enjoy it while you can. A lot of creatures have high fortitude.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's unlikely to
Chose one.
succeed, but
Creatures like trolls.
there's always that chance of rolling a natural one.
Doesn't matter how much fortitude he has, you'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
I have a healing potion on my bandolier,
Okay.
so I was gonna, and that's like an action just to do
It
that.
also needs a hand.
Oh, because I've got my cape, right?
She's fighting. I can probably keep this one stunned. Right. Yeah.
Now, I mean, you can easily drop your dueling cape because it's around your neck. You just have to ready it again each time.
Yeah. So I'll, I guess let go of my dueling cape and grab my potion from my bandolier.
Okay.
Let's see, it's a healing, lesser, use.
Okay. And then click apply healing.
I wonder if there.
And then you have 2 actions left.
I'll be right back.
Take a 5-foot step to the side
Okay.
of Harpy. And take a strike at it.
Okay. Critical hit.
Maybe we're copy pasting.
I think you are too. I think we're all copy pasting.
It balances out.
Yeah, 17 points of damage. Okay,
And that'll do it.
that's it. Okay, River Leaf.
Climbing simulator. Go.
25, it's a critical. 7 feet.
Yeah, so I should be 75.
Okay, so you are just reaching the edge of the thing. I need to copy you. Put you over here so you can see what's going on.
Then I can jump over it next turn.
Yeah. Okay, now I need to add you back into the combat. And put your initiative.
Roll initiative as well.
I did it already. I'm just going to move you down to the bottom of it. I'm just trying to reorganize it again so that you're in the same place.
You almost kill one of them?
She keeps critical, you know.
Well, you crit her like 3 times.
Okay, so that was Riverleaf, and then we go to Corvus,
Alright,
who's free finally.
Finally.
alright. So, I am going to do Fracture Mountains. So, first off, because it's the Transcendence and the Radiant,
Really hope he doesn't have the floor on this one.
I hope so.
you get 12 hit points back, Startusk.
Thank you.
Uh,
So I just add them.
Yeah.
And then I am going to now punish this one severely, hopefully, if I hit him. She's probably going to get her. This one's been singing the songs and doing. Let's see, hit.
Yep.
Damage.
Okay, took 30 points.
Alright, so that was 2. And then after that, I have to move the thing to something else. So I'm going to move it to Scar of the Survivor. And I have that. Or right now, sorry, Skin Hard as Horn and Slashing as the damage resistance. And then I get one more action, so I'm going to attempt to hit it normally.
Hit.
Alright.
For another 21 points. No, 16 points. Okay. I think ends your turn.
Yep.
Okay, and the one in between you to your right is going to step over here and strike at Startusk.
Attack of opportunity.
She's going to hit a 31.
And nimble dodge it down.
You can nimble dodge down if you wish.
Yes.
Okay. It does. You can use Retributive Strike, I guess, because you're visible with the fight.
Oh, can I see?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess you're I guess technically it put a wall there, but you can't see it. They're 10 feet away from you.
Okay. So, and is this the thing? So I have the ability where I can step and do the attack. I probably
Yeah,
can't
you
step.
wouldn't be,
since
yeah,
I
you wouldn't be able to step over.
I can give her
the
the DR.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll do that.
How much DR is it?
It is. Let me see. 2 plus your level, so 7.
Okay, so you take 5 points. No, 3 points. 3. Okay. As the paladin comes over the balcony to protect you, it slashes at you a second time. Hits as well. And this is going to be 10 points.
Got this.
Okay.
Not sure I like these birds.
They're mean birds.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben.
Okay. I am going to no, I'll do flurry of blows again on the one that's prone. See if I can finish it off. If not, stun it more. Critical hit. Okay, that's going to do a lot of stuff. If it survives.
Okay, so it takes 19 points of damage, which
And
is going to
dies.
finish it off.
Okay, good.
Yes, I want to set timing for unconscious.
Oh gosh. The target must succeed at a DC 21 Fortitude save against your class DC or be stun 1 or stun 3 on a critical failure.
It's all normal. So
Yep.
anyways.
So my second strike from flurry of blows hits it again, but it's dead.
Sure.
I step over to the other one and make a third strike. Yeah.
Second attack. Technically a third strike. Since flurry.
It adds my negative attack penalty. Hitting.
Okay.
Dealing 13 points. And, oh, nope. It's dead either way.
Yeah, you take that one out. Okay, as the champion climbs in over the side.
I'm here.
All the work is done.
Yeah. Combat is done.
So yeah, like I said, when I crit, a lot of effects
Okay.
go on to it.
So I will not do that one. I will do
They get stunned, enfeebled, clumsied, and slowed.
party.
You should stop that. You should stop eating her. That's not good for your health.
There you go. Okay. So looking around, the creatures are dead, or at least on the ground. They appear to be dying. There is a foul smell coming from the stairwell, which appears to be choked with rubble and debris. It looks like the creatures have been using it as trash collection, basically, for the whole area. But it smells even worse than that. I don't see necessarily a source. It seems to be coming up from down below. There's a couple of nests here, and they have a variety of sparkly gemstones and such, decorating their arms and legs. They've been wearing as jewelry. It looks like low quality stones, decorated as like tribal bracelets, that sort of thing.
I'm assuming none of them appear to be the thing I'm after.
Correct.
Okay, I'd assume that they want to be on a random harpy.
That's his legendary.
None of them appear to have an artifact, but you should be able to loot them if you wish.
They only have clubs in my inventory.
Do they?
So, yeah.
Stuff that he's looking for.
My special
Oh, okay.
primal focus.
So if you care to take the jewelry, I'll just add it to the stash.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take the jewelry.
You should.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you have any, Craig, do you have any sort of telepathic communication?
Do I have any telepathic? No, I don't have any.
Do you have any way of communicating with the people down below?
Hey guys!
Probably don't want to do that.
Absolutely yell
that's,
for 'em.
That's my way of I mean, no, I don't have any telepathic.
Okay, I'll lean over the edge and attempt to wave them down, not making a bunch of noise, but just waving
Okay.
at.
You
it's
guys
clear.
see them waving from the tower. Still hasn't been any sign of any activity coming out of the place.
And how far is this over from the gatehouse?
It is about 30 or 40 feet off the ledge, and 15 to 20 feet higher.
Okay.
Can I treat wounds on myself?
You can.
Okay.
It takes 10 minutes.
You think it's gonna take them 10 minutes to climb?
Probably.
To climb up to where you are, probably yes.
Yeah.
But assuming what? Sorry, go ahead.
And climbing was not the plan.
I mean, the plan originally was to take them out and then to go back down and then fight the entrance. That was the original plan.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to.
So I'm going to drag the bodies not off the ledge, but I just want to do like around the ledge. So like if you walked in the room, yeah, kind of like in a corner, just so they're not
On the interior?
visible. Yeah.
Like over
Well,
here.
they're not visible from outside unless you are on the ledge.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just want to conceal them in the room because there doesn't seem to be any other entrances or exits.
Yeah, I wanna-
in the room.
yeah.
Why don't we throw them off the edge?
Well, I want to conceal them from the staircase.
Great.
Okay.
Why don't we just throw them off the edge?
Well, because the thing's like 30, 40 feet away. They're going to
Okay.
hear something hitting the ground, and then they're going to see it if they look outside to where they're guarded.
Okay.
All right.
That's my thought. The
hide 'em
honorable
in the
paladin
corner.
thing of hiding the body.
Okay, so you hide the bodies.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yay.
I took healing.
Fun.
Okay.
How many nests were there?
Just two.
Two. Okay.
That's fun.
So we'll climb
Okay.
down.
So you guys are gonna climb back down?
That was the plan.
Rappel. Yeah.
Sure. Each of you give me a single climbing roll.
I'm using the dice. It's been good luck. Natural 13, which is
Completely
Success.
irrelevant.
A natural 1.
Excellent.
Yay!
Good thing is you succeed.
Let's go.
Okay, give me a reflex check
Ooh, my specialty.
Or acrobat.
or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
It's
Always the same. My acrobatics is.
Slightly better.
It is better actually. I did put expert in it because I want Kip up eventually.
Good news is there is no such thing as. Let's see, I got
Not good enough.
13 plus.
I'd like to imagine like
Okay.
we're just all going in and I just
You guys see them disappear into the balcony? 30 seconds later, 40 seconds later, whatever, they come out. A couple of them climb over the wall, start working their way down. Paladin gets up to the side, gets his position. He's just about to rappel down when his foot slips, and he falls.
Let's go.
I'd like to imagine that I accidentally
I
pushed
believe
him.
that does 32 points of damage to you.
Okay.
The good news is you still succeeded
sorry.
to get to your destination.
37 points? 75 feet?
75 feet.
Yeah, 37 points.
Okay, so
Yeah.
acceptable.
Sounds fun.
I'd
You
like
can
to
do it again.
retributive strike. Punch the ground.
Man, that's what we call sky falling.
The good news is you get down first.
Ooh, there we go. I
The
won.
thing is, I think you can actually retributive strike it because the trigger is taking damage, not attack. That's the silly.
Punch the ground.
Do a trigger on.
I shall disallow that.
Okay.
Is it 37 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
So disallow the retributive strike against
Shield block?
yourself. No.
Dang.
Okay, so
Can we treat your vet wound?
you said we want to rush into the room.
You can treat as wounds, but not as embarrassment.
I've said this before.
Okay, so we're going to choke point them.
No.
They're gonna walk up the hill and engage him. And ideally, I think the plan was everybody was going to rush into the room and engage him in hand to hand.
Yeah, because it's going to be a lot
I
better off guard.
I said that and you said no.
Because we're going to use stealth to get up there because we all have stealth. We're not just running up the path.
Yes, that's what I
Going in there.
figured.
Okay, well that's not what you said, which is why he disagreed with.
Okay, then yeah. Okay.
Mr. King, may I have some healing? I took a minor hit.
Chill yourself.
I could, but then I won't have it for the cover. I won't have the plus.
Much more fun of a world if every one of us could just fall from a 75-foot fall.
In
and just
theory, if
get up and be fine.
If we were very desperate,
You
in
did come from
theory,
combat,
I could
so-
keep sparking Transcendence every 10 minutes and
No, what?
He did. He got up there with his gun.
Can't you do like 10 minutes
He
and
came
heal
from
him?
combat. He climbed up there.
medicine
and
checks
now
if
he
they want.
climbed back.
Yeah, why don't you just do a medicine
That's
check?
what I'm actively doing.
Okay.
I was gonna say every 10 minutes I could just spark Transcendence. Boom, 12 points.
I don't think
He can do the same thing with lay on hands.
Yeah, good point.
Here you go. 5 points for you.
Okay. I'll do my lay on hands before he does that, and then meditate while I'm getting healed. So.
Can I see the
So you get to level 12.
thing that
So,
Then
heals
after
people?
that, I'll
Because
let
you have the
After
uh,
that,
like
I-
stuff as untyped damage or healing. Double your level. Can I just see that?
After that, I'm down 20.
Edit this.
I'm down.
And it doesn't have right here. And there's no way to edit that. Okay, never mind. I was seeing if there was a way to put it as healing instead of untyped.
Of course, the thing is, it's even then, it's not like a roll either.
And we
It
could spend
just
another 10
gives you
minutes.
Yeah,
a set of
but
I
it
could do
make it a little
hands
bit
on
easier.
someone and you heal
to
her.
heal.
I mean, it already is
With
pretty
the
easy
system.
because it will just say, okay, 12. Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's healing.
Okay, so you guys are gonna take some time and heal him up.
Yeah. I'm gonna do another lay on hands on myself and then meditate while he's doing his thing.
Okay.
So you heal 13.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Are you gonna take time to heal everybody up to full, or just go with what you have?
Probably not at this point. I mean,
I'm just down 9.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
by the
good.
way, guys, I found another way in. I
Oh,
was climbing up.
when?
Well, when I was climbing up,
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
it's like 40 feet up.
Oh,
Well, let's
Nice.
climb back up. Just kidding.
why don't we stick with the plan? Even
But-
though we never do that. I don't know that, but
But yeah, so that's another option we have. 40 feet up, there's a hole. You guys didn't know.
sticking with the plan?
Might as well.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourselves onto the path up to here.
Where are we?
More on the right side of the map.
Oh. We're on the lower one, right? Or-
Yeah. Where is your character?
now I have to make my character.
We are.
Just let it load. Whoa, what the?
What?
Click that. No idea why that popped up.
So, Jason, you gotta be in the front, or you
I
want
think your
to
game
be-
crashed.
I'm the bodyguard.
It crashed
So
the game.
go back in.
So it was up to here.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to get a marching order where people are.
So about
Before
this
Probably
corner.
We'll just go directly in front of the door.
If you want me in the front, boss.
Sure.
Well,
Oh,
I assume we're probably going to use white
you need to fix that wall.
It's a window.
Oh, that's a window.
I'm gonna put myself on in a second.
Which is why I said, don't go beyond this point.
I asked if we can move up to the corner.
I said
You didn't see
no.
it.
I said
Okay.
move up to where I pointed to.
Okay, I'll go here. Or no, I won't go there.
Well,
You
can go up to the front here.
I can move through People's Square, so sure, I'll go there.
Dang. Alright, I got
Anywhere up to the wall
I'm
that
sorry.
I just drew.
I didn't look in.
I'm
I
not,
didn't see
Ben,
anything.
Ben, the point is, I'm trying to figure out what the marching order for everybody is, so that I know what order people are going into the room. If you can see the room, then naturally people are going to say, "Oh, well, I don't want to be over there. I want to be over here." Okay. You don't know what the orientation of the room is.
Are you planning on?
Those are not windows, technically. They're arrow
Yeah,
slits,
I'm planning on being near the front.
So you plan-
which is relevant given that it's a guard post.
Okay.
You can switch with me if you want, Jason.
I think you would want to be near the king in the back.
Look like crosshatch windows, and so that.
They do,
Secure his
but yeah,
bodyguard.
they're arrow slits as you guys are approaching. So being stealthy is relevant as far as that. Okay, so champion's going first, followed by the
Exemplar.
Ben's character.
Yep.
Exemplar, and the warrior, and everybody else. And Ben, who are you going in front of? The cleric or the mage?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm going there since I'm fast. I can get in fast. Since I can move through people's squares, right?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out a single file order of who's going in first. So you being adjacent to somebody tells me you're either going in front of George or after George.
Oh, I'm going with I guess Jason. Yeah, so I'll move my character there. I can move.
So your plan is to go here and put yourself in between Jason and Startusk.
Sure.
Is that acceptable for you, Startusk?
Yes.
Okay. Then all I needed you to do is this, Ben. So, who has the lowest stealth of the group?
That'd be me.
Okay. So I believe you're using Quiet Allies? Rogue?
Yes.
Okay. So give me a stealth roll for the group. Craig?
Got it.
Craig says, this is how we do it. Okay. You come walking up, and let's see, their perception is perfectly fine. So, go ahead and place yourself wherever you wish along the area. Now, before you start moving, details for everybody because you may not have heard as I described. These sections here, let me remove that one wall that I added so you can actually see it. These sections here are not windows, they are arrow slits, meaning anybody can shoot out from them completely fine, and they have greater cover or improved cover, whatever the terminology is, attacking them in. Okay? Those are all around the tower on both sides. Otherwise, you go ahead and place yourself wherever you go. Where your piece ends is where you end up going, and that's where we'll start from that point.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can move anywhere around the.
Anywhere on. I'm not worried about how fast you move.
Okay.
I don't want you to move and then say, oh, well, that's where they're standing, so I'm
Yeah.
going to go over here instead.
Yeah.
Where's the limit?
As far as movement,
Like, is this area
the doorway?
Okay.
Yeah, the doorway. Effectively, they're gonna spot you.
like this far?
Yeah, anywhere on the ledge is fine as long up to the first step into the door.
Okay. So.
And I have visibility through the arrow slits, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was gonna
I mean,
move up
barring lack of light and that sort of aspect. But
in front of the door, since
Okay.
that's what we were planning on doing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move here. I'll go there.
I'll go.
And got my shield up.
I'm going to move. Gosh, I want to get to here.
Are we all moving at the same time or taking turns?
I'm trying to take turns, otherwise people are going to end up overlapping.
Yep.
Okay, so Ben, you're trying to go in front of the other door.
Yep.
That's fine.
And I assume they need to be next to the arrow slits in order to utilize the arrow slits? Because, I mean, it is a narrower shot.
Yeah, I mean, it would at least provide cover at that point, but they're designed to shoot out of.
Oh, yeah, I know,
Okay,
but
so-
usually they have to be
Jason?
next to the arrow slits in order
You
to shoot.
cross the room, it's a big sling.
Well, at that point, then I should have equal limited cover.
Okay, Stardust, where would you like to go? There? Okay. Dwarf? Jason? Okay. And Monk?
Yeah, because you got your lunch, so you could like sit back there and hit the.
And Goblin, where would you like to be?
Make a lunge past the room.
Or if it's midday, you can join them for lunch.
Mm.
Okay, everybody good with where they're at?
Mhm.
Okay, so you come around the corner. As you step in front of the doorway, your shadow blocks out a large portion of the room, which point they take notice of that. They seem to be mid-argument. One of them seems to be drenched in beer. Another one seems to have a bruise on his face.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to have been tussling a bit. The troll is just laughing. They all get very serious as you come around the wall and spot them. So for your initiative, you may optionally roll stealth or use your regular initiative.
Do we have any standard or heavy cover?
No.
So just stealth or
Yeah,
initiative.
stealth or initiative.
It's initiative.
And my initiative is surprisingly higher than my stealth.
Generally, your perception is going to be higher than your stealth. Except for in the case of like a rogue.
Isn't it perception and wisdom based?
It depends on what stat you're based off of. Yes, perception's
Yeah.
wisdom based.
What's funny is my perception's a +9, but my stealth's a +12.
Okay, so that
Oh,
looks like
no.
everybody. So beginning counter.
Man, the troll goes first.
First one to react apparently is the troll.
Gonna put my shield up since I was wanting to move up with my
Yeah,
shield.
I'm fine with that.
Could I enter wolf stance? As soon as we enter?
Technically, you can't enter wolf stance until combat has started.
Okay, so no?
Yeah.
Okay,
The troll is looking around, shocked and surprised, and impressed that somebody managed to sneak up to the doorway while they weren't paying attention. Startusk, what would you like to do?
Oh, well, no, I am not in that.
Right now I'm gonna withhold my action.
You're going to delay.
Yep.
Okay. That would bring us to the monk.
Okay, I am going to enter wolf stance, tiger stance, and hold a attack until a hostile creature enters my range.
Okay. So
Wait, no. I remember.
It's not planned.
I run in.
Everybody wait until they come out to the hallway.
I run in here, and flurry blows that first hobgoblin.
Okay.
I'm sorry, George.
The plan was rush the room.
Yes, I just remembered that. Missing.
Okay.
21.
So you're done.
I flurry blows. I get
Oh,
2 attacks.
right. That one hit.
Hitting. And needs to make a constitution.
Fails, becoming stunned.
Done. Nice.
Okay, the rogue was gonna take her turn.
Okay. Go back to. How do I add you back in? So, Startusk. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Which was bad. Okay, so. Startusk. Ah, that worked. Excellent.
Okay. So, I want to go into the room and so you the panther attacked the very, very first
Yep.
Yes.
hobgoblin.
Yep.
I stunned him.
Yeah, I was gonna be just to the left of
Wherever you wish to go.
okay.
And because they're not active yet, I think all of them are kind of flat-footed for you.
Except for the troll.
Oh yeah, the troll. That's it.
Okay. Make
Do you have the pathfinding on?
I got my token in
Pathfinding is that little compass icon.
compass.
No, you don't. Sure.
There you go.
Okay.
Just move where you want to go; it'll automatically draw.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
It's still one move. I'm fine, and you can see that already from where you were. So you move there.
Yep. And then I was gonna take a strike at the hobgoblin.
Okay.
And I can enable my abilities.
Yes, because he has an action jet.
Do it. Is that? Yes.
Yeah.
5 squares.
And just regular damage.
Correct.
And constitution of +4?
Okay. Takes 14 points. You have 1 action left.
I'm gonna raise my buckler.
Okay. Take its pickle.
You got 2 track.
Again?
How do I move it? That's how I'm moving.
Grab.
Okay.
There you go. So that's 15 there.
Okay. So that's one move.
Well,
And then caustic blast. So cast it.
Yeah.
caustic that.
And
Wham!
sets its plate.
Start from the bottom. Place a 5-foot burst.
Okay.
Wait, alright.
Okay. So for some reason, his chat's not updating. The last thing he says is something from 14 days ago.
You can scroll down.
Can't.
Can't. What the hell?
Might have to.
You may have to refresh because mine crashed earlier.
Yeah.
F5.
I'm refreshing it now. So it's a 5-foot burst, so it's going to be 4 squares.
Right.
Try not to kill me. Please.
If you're covered in acid, then maybe let's like strike you.
Maybe.
They'll go up and rub against it.
Hey, jump on you.
I mean, I think you could hit 4 targets right there by the door.
It's true.
Yeah, I think the max was 3 in the room.
Not in the room, by the door.
He's talking
I
about he
keep-
can hit the 3
Yeah,
of us.
this is what it did the first.
You get 4
one I got
targets in,
on.
that maximizes the damage.
Looks
Spells.
Everybody jump in the room. Now I'm gonna hit you with acid. Let's
Okay,
go.
the chat's like not updated. The last thing is now something from a harpy, and the chat's like frozen.
Okay. Where do you want to put the 5-foot burst?
over the troll.
Centered on the troll?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
So then he makes a reflex save.
Now, technically, you roll the damage first.
Yeah. So I guess just go ahead and hit cast again, or just
I just hit roll damage. He said to hit roll damage. So I hit
if it's
roll.
in chat.
That's the thing. He
That
doesn't
says
see.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'll roll
gotcha.
damage.
No chat.
So it does 7 points.
Okay.
Well, that was.
You rolled it a second
I
time.
don't know.
I thought you said you couldn't see it in chat.
It's not
He
in
clicked it
chat.
on the spell. He clicked it
Okay.
after you said that. He
Okay.
clicked it on the spell.
No, it's always been there.
He's talking about in chat because you should be
I
seeing
don't-
it like this.
Troll takes 7 points.
I can't chat.
Okay.
Not very
So
far
move,
away.
spell, done. River relief.
Okay.
So I do hit F5 refreshes.
I'm going to defensive advance. So I'm going to move.
That doesn't sound aggressive enough.
No. Oh, because that's a.
That's the door is blocking
Okay.
you.
That works. So then I get. So it raises my move, raise a shield, and then I get to attack him as part of it.
Mhm.
I miss him.
You miss.
I do. And then I'll try to attack him again.
You hit him that time. Okay. It's 18 points.
Right.
I think that's it.
Yep.
Corvus.
Alright. I am going to. Let's see.
Yeah, it's
Make a pathfinding.
Broken.
I'm going to
Unfortunate.
move into the room.
Turn your pathfinding on, please.
Oh, where's the pathfinding?
Compass.
Compass?
Looks like I
This.
No. It's that. There you go.
Oh.
Then drag where do you want to go? So
And
I'm at the pathfinder. Hopefully.
I'm going to sort of go here.
Still a valid move. Okay. So you move up there. The troll's going to take an attack of opportunity at you.
Alright.
He swings his claw. He is going to get a critical hit.
Ow.
Yeah, I'll do a retributive strike.
Okay.
So I need to do this first. Yes. I'm gonna do a retributive strike. Should go on here.
So he has it now.
Yep. You should.
Okay. So you take 15 points.
Alright.
Then I'm gonna step there and smack the troll.
You get a 5-foot step and a strike.
Yeah. That's part of the feed I have, which I'll pull up the feed.
I'm not worried about it.
But yeah, if I'm within 5 feet, I can step to get them within range and then attack them.
Okay.
Damage.
It's okay. You can look at me.
Okay. 13 points. Okay. So that finished your first action. What would you like to do for your second
Alright.
action?
Second action, I am going to smack him with my Earthbreaker.
Should we do higher?
You hit.
It's a hit. I'm gonna do the damage, and then there is something that's gonna happen here. the troll needs to give me a will save, a DC 20 against my class DC. I'll pull up the thing here. Because of a trait my weapon has, red and gold mortality. He failed, meaning the creature regains only half the number of hit points as contradictory energy swirls through it. Because this specifically, in the actual red gold mortality, is against people with healing effects, such as fast healing or regeneration.
Okay. So instead of 0, he gets 0.
Yeah, but it says the effect fades after 1 minute.
Okay.
1
minute?
Yeah, well, it says...
So
That has benefits.
yeah, his regeneration is halved for 1 minute.
Yep.
Which is
Okay,
valid.
that's actually better. I thought it was 1 round.
Okay.
That's way better.
If he passed, it would have faded after the first.
And it doesn't
thing.
have an effect I can apply, so we'll just have to remember that. Okay.
So that was 2.
And then your third action?
Third action, I will hit him again.
Does that require your icon?
Yeah, the sparks inside, as long as...
It was in your weapon, in your armor earlier.
No, it wasn't.
After you struck the harpy.
It automatically, each initiative goes into one of my choice.
It doesn't stay where it was?
No, I get to choose each time an initiative automatically.
I think at the beginning of combat, he gets through.
It's a beginning of combat thing.
It's kind of like how rage is also beginning of combat now too and stuff.
Rage is still in action.
Yeah, they changed it before the actual beginning of combat now too.
And you just rage for the whole combat?
Oh, for a minute.
Okay.
Wolves are very weird, Cam.
Anyway, so do I roll the attack, I guess, again?
If you want to do something for your third action.
Yep, that was third action. Roll attack.
That's a miss.
Alright.
Okay. The top goblin here, he's going to act. He's going to draw his sword. He is going to open the door. And he's going to move.
He just runs.
He screams out.
Oh. He's snitching.
Yeah, your guards. I don't need that from today.
I don't think he would say trolls in the dungeon. He's allergic
Okay.
against humans, but...
The one up here in the north draws his sword, and he is going to.
Pretty good effect, wasn't it?
That won't
He
actually
can
help
only
him.
regain half his normal regeneration for a minute.
Since the gun at
So
night,
he is going to strike at. I don't know. I guess champion. Draws a sword. He misses. He misses the second time.
She'll save me.
Yes. Silver leaf.
So pull from my bandolier the wand. That's a 3.
Okay.
And then I shall cast said wand.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite burlesque.
Yay!
I feel blessed.
Oh wait, it doesn't go through the wall.
Hey, it's not done to Vera slits.
That's how good those arrow slits are.
Mm-hmm.
They're magical
What?
proof arrow slip.
They don't go through them?
It would have limited effect.
Let's just go ahead and move.
Okay.
Alright, that's why I kind of asked at the beginning of combat. But I'll just move.
The good arrow slits.
I don't know.
Okay.
Magic-proof arrow slits.
Hobgoblin. I mean, it wouldn't go through the walls. It would certainly go through and hit some of them, but then the angle's going to get fairly complex. Because walls would stop it.
He's lucky. The troll's lucky he didn't critical fail, because if he critical failed, it means he can't regenerate at all for 1 turn.
gosh, and all these creatures running away. Not good.
Fast dash.
It is basically like the curse because it even says visually it
Go
puts
fog.
like a red brand.
I'm going to obviously get inside to see what I'm actually. That's 20 feet, right? Yeah.
That's looks like 15. Oh, that's 20. Yes. Technically, there is a goblin there, so you get stopped here.
And then since I'm stopped there, I'm just going to go ahead and attack there since it's right there.
That certainly works.
Does that make sense?
Somebody gets in your way, you punch him.
That's kind of what I do.
Miss.
He left. He ran through this open door over here.
And alerted the rest of them, presumably.
Another one went through here.
Miss also.
All right.
He's a better fighter.
I guess so.
Okay. The hobgoblin that is, I believe, right in the middle there, surrounded by everybody, does not like being in that position.
He's stuck.
He wants it there.
Doesn't really have a good place to go.
Especially since it was 2 actions.
So he is going to draw his sword. I guess he's going to step over here. And he's going to start
I can. I
a
can.
5-foot step.
Yes. My special thing is a move action or a attempting to move out of my reach.
Does.
So, I get to. It's effectively attack for opportunity, and if I critically hit, they don't move. It's called stand still.
Does not trigger reactions. Step.
Yeah, step specifically doesn't trigger reactions.
He also has one less action because he was stunned, if that matters to your
Oh, yeah, it does. So, he draws his sword, he stumbles over there, he lost an action, so he's done. Okay. The troll goes. Okay. So he should not get that because he had acid damage. So he's going to go. He's going to stand up and says,
Ouch.
Saying a lot.
he is.
And we
He's,
can't.
he's a very vocal troll. He
Sounds something.
engages and let's see, he's gonna go for we'll go for the champion. No, we're gonna go for Corvus because he's got flank. Okay. He is going to strike once with his claw, missing. Strike twice with his claw, missing.
Nice.
Attempt to bite you, misses.
Nice.
Apparently can't hit Corvus.
I must
job,
have made him
Corvus.
shocked with whatever my curse was on him.
Monk.
Okay. I like that he moved. Wait, why am I? Oh wait, that's new.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So
Yeah, so we normally
I can take
would
10-foot
20 hit
steps.
points. That time it was for sick, but for a minute.
So I'm going to take.
Next time. he's
Can I
gonna
take
have
two 10-foot steps to get to here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do that. And then Flurry blows the troll, attempting to stun him. Probably not going to work, but we'll give it a try.
Well, you struck an archer.
Oh! Does it...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me see if I
So
can
the
have
troll-
pulse.
Takes that. Makes a saving throw. He failed. He succeeds.
Okay. My second strike. I have the troll target. Okay. Quick
Quick
that. Okay, lots of stuff. He needs to make multiple saves.
It's a critical success on the stunning fist.
That one did auto apply the second thing.
Okay.
slowed one.
I can read the messages, okay? Okay. He is slowed. He is clumsy. He is enfeebled. And he is not stunned. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, Star Tusk.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure everyone knows. So, because he's slowed, he cannot take reactions similar to how we were slowed previously.
Also can't take it when he's stunned. He's not stunned currently, but slowed he can't take reactions.
I think stun you can.
No, it says you can't take any actions. So he
So-
can't take any reactions right now.
If that matters for any of your turn or whatever.
And slowed is effectively just stun, also,
Like
right? Like he takes one less
run circles.
action,
You could,
right?
yeah.
Loses one action automatically, yes.
Okay.
Can I tumble through go through the hobgoblin's space to the troll?
Yes, I believe you can.
Okay. Do I need to do acrobatics?
Yes. That's a 16. It's going to be against his reflex, which is not going to be successful.
Okay.
So that's one action.
So I'll just target the hobgoblin.
Okay.
I'll take a strike at it.
Okay.
And I don't have any
He's not flanked at this
yeah.
point. Well, he's still got a critical hit.
Yeah.
Criticals continue.
That's right.
Hey, it's because of my bless.
Okay, he takes 16 points. And you got one action left.
Not bad.
Oh, let's strike it again. Oops.
Doesn't she get the striking improvisation, or is that only for sneak attacks?
You got a
Are
critical
you?
again?
Do you have your sneak? Okay, you don't have your abilities.
No, the sneak attack, it'd be a lot
She
more
hit it a
dice.
second
The
time
critical-
also.
Yeah, the
critical, right? Holy cow!
Critical
Yeah,
effects,
that's
don't.
fine.
Not everybody gets critical effects.
She does. She had it in the harpies. That's why I was wondering.
I believe she only gets them against off guard targets.
If that's okay, that's fine.
Because
right?
each class has different specializations, so I think for rogue it's against
Pickle.
off guard.
I'm just wondering because then the second attack would have been sneak attack.
Yeah.
And the caustic blast again. Cast.
Putting it in the same place.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, so you just gonna close that.
They rolled everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hit what?
No, you're
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, no. Okay.
Okay. Riverleaf.
So I'll smack the troll. I missed the troll.
Can't hit a slow troll.
I cannot hit a slow troll. I'll try
The
to
float's
smack
going to
it
be
again.
enfeebled and bleeding troll.
I hit him on the second one.
Okay. Yeah,
That's what I do.
All right, so if this is of any importance, the thing about the Red Ward mortality is the creature can attempt to regenerate each
Can I
round,
do
but
my
it must
turn,
do
please?
the will save again. Sorry, I was just making.
It took acid damage, so I'm hoping.
It has no regeneration currently.
Okay.
And raise my shield.
Okay. So it gets a will save each round. That's fine.
Yeah, and
Nervous.
all right, and then I'm going to, for my turn, I'm going to use the transcend and attempt to fracture mountains. First off, I'm gonna see. I think the most injured person here will be Craig. So, Craig, you
I'm injured, guys. I'm
Yep.
about to die.
you get 12 hit points. Congratulations. This creature is about to lose more than 12 hit points if I hit him. So I'm going to strike, and it's a hit. Damage fracture mountains on. around.
Yeah. Nice.
Then my spark is going to go into my skin hard as horn, and that's going to be for slashing. So then that was 2 attacks, so because it's a 2-action transcendence. So my last attack, I'll turn around and smack this one.
So, I'm confused by this spark because I thought last round you used your spark ability and it went somewhere else. How did it get back into your weapon?
Last round, that was just an imminent. That's an active effect as long as it's in my hammer. What I just did was a transcendence, which is like a powerful attack, which as a result, it has to move to a different device.
Okay.
So then, this is going to... This stuff, like, this functionally, this attack, because it's not a Titan's Breaker anymore, it's just a normal striking Earth Breaker when it hits them.
Sure, it hits creature.
Yep.
Did you use multi-attack penalty?
No, he doesn't.
So
Well, I did the -5.
It didn't show up on it.
Oh, damage. I'm pretty sure when I rolled, I did the -5. There's only one damage
You got it.
button.
You rolled a 15.
Yeah, I used
It
the
probably
second
still
one.
make it so far. I just wasn't sure.
I don't know what your bonus is. You rolled a 15. You hit by 9, so you got a total of a 24. So unless do you have a plus 14 bonus to hit normally?
Plus 15 normally.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm sorry, I just didn't see it.
Alright. What? What? Oh, I had him untargeted.
Yeah.
I did the damage. There we go.
Anything else?
That was my last action.
Where's that one? That one is good fighting you guys still. He's going to stab at Startusk. He's going to get a hits a 21, which is by 2, so your nibble dodge won't help you.
So I'll do my reaction.
Okay, so you take no damage.
Okay. And so then I don't need to do that, so I'll attack the guy.
Hit. That finishes them off.
My baby said I didn't mark me as the reaction.
Yeah.
Silver leaf.
So I guess I'm going to sustain the spell. And then I guess I'll cast the spell at this stage. I guess we'll cast my first Divine Lance of the campaign, you guys.
Ooh.
And a critical conversion, that's why I don't cast it.
Just builds up to this big event and then
Okay.
fizzles out.
I scare myself.
Okay, you'll fog.
Healthy.
Is he still right in front of me?
But yeah.
I will go ahead and strike at him. I don't know if we necessarily want to kill this guy or question him, but
He doesn't speak our language.
my computer froze.
Yours did too.
F5.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably just do F5, refresh it.
Let's move it. Let's just take it a second. We're getting there. Just be patient with me.
He is a dwarf. They aren't known for being speedy.
Yeah.
We're moving a little slow here.
Well, the fun news is they're about to update Foundry significantly to a whole new version, so it'll introduce all new bugs to deal with.
There we go. That's
Seems like it just as we're getting used to it.
I'm stuck.
Hopefully, it'll
Well, I
generate
said
some
F5.
improvements.
hopefully. I'm glad that
That's why I said
the drag
refresh.
ruler is back.
'Cause
It's better.
it's
since
just
it
gonna
shows you
keep
the
doing
action and
that.
stuff.
Mhm.
It's nice that that's back.
That's one that they're blending the path and everything into the base game.
Mm.
The problem is the base one doesn't include the measurements, so I still have to have that mod. But the ones I'm using are semi-professional developed, so they update pretty quick.
Yeah, that's nice.
Grab a dice.
That.
That's what makes the computer react.
Just the
Going back to manual. No, I must.
Just like advice I heard one time. Hover your finger over the power button of the computer when it lags, because sometimes it goes faster when it feels threatened that you're going to shut it off.
37, critical hit.
Well,
Ah,
He just spent all that time charging up a big attack.
there you go, only 46 points. Critical effect is kind of irrelevant.
Might be never
Unless
getting
you
a
choose to
bad
hit an adjacent target.
I don't think you want to hit any of
Yeah,
us.
I think.
You can hit George.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So that's going to finish off that hobgoblin, which will take us to the start of the next round as you hear cries of alarm start to echo through the place. We will stop here, however, since it's just before 7.
Yep.